a song. It's a song.
I've been searching for too long, looking for my perfect song, the one that knows me inside out, the one that I can sing loud. The melody in my dreams I've heard, like the sweet song of a bird, and I know it's quite absurd, but I can remember it word by word, 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 word by word. I'm singing this, I'm singing that, but it all sounds flat. In my dreams it seems so pure. I thought this is my cure. I thought I'd sing it out for you. It's a song, just a song, not the one I was looking for. It's a song, it's my song, hope you come for more.
Yeah, I'm concerned too, Zach. I understand. It's not just like people like the president. Like, it's also like, I don't want to make it about me, but it is people like me too that are like targets now, right? Like, in a way. I was on a list. I was on the enemies list. I was told like I was a fascist and all these things too. Tons of times. It's anybody speaking the truth in public is the good thing is lots of people seem to be upset about this, and hopefully it's waking people up, you know? I'm like, I hope, man.
You're listening to and I'm here to keep you company in the darkness.
It's rough, man.
Here's a song for you.
Here's another song for you.
Times are rough. It's trying to suit. Yeah. I mean, it's communism, bro. I mean, you know how communism works. Like, it's communism. The idea is you demoralize everyone. You keep pushing stuff until people can't take it anymore, right? And the systems break down around them, and then people think the only option is like they just keep ramping it up, man. Republican for like a Gen Z problem. Some Australian, the problem for in W Place, Discord and people with cancer or Grieber still trying to erase NSFW and bikini art. Right, sure. You're saying like the censorship stuff about like pretty ladies and stuff is dumb. Sure. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think that hopefully at this point people realize like to just like associate with their own like friends and people they talk to instead of like any kind of political, like hopefully it gets people to stop being so fucking political brained, you know? Stop thinking like everything is politics and we have to like hate people on the other side. I kind of agree that we should keep the marketplace, like we shouldn't give up on the marketplace of ideas because Charlie was killed in it. That's like the whole, we can't stop talking, we can't stop speaking the truth. And maybe it is going to reach a point though, I was thinking about, it might reach a point where some people are going to have to defend themselves. I was thinking about that myself. I'm like, fuck, man. What if somebody does come to try to kill me, bro? Like, what if it keeps getting worse? And people on lists and say the wrong things in public are hunted. Yeah, I can say I might be overreacting right now. It's not there yet. But what if that happens? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna have to, like, defend myself, right? And my family. I'm not gonna let that happen. So what does that mean? I don't know, man. I got a lot to think about on that. I know I for sure would like to move away from the city even more so now. Because like I've always, my name is public, right? People call me anonymous because I don't have my face in the stream, but my name is public knowledge, bro. And I've been that way for a while. I've stood by my name for a while because it's like, can you really stand for anything if you don't use your real name? And the thing is, like, I think that we should have aliases online. I think we should have that safety. But in the current world, I decided I gotta stand by my views, so I gotta put my real name on there. And how's that? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of that anymore.
Welcome to Pulse Motel.
It's concerning.
I hope you have a great stay.
It's concerning. I made people snap on me tons of times, man. And not that I would think any of them would kill me, but it's like Charlie Kirk was like a step up from what I do. But I've been trying to reach people in the same way for a while now. And people have snapped at me. People have called me names. People have like spread rumors and like back when I was on Twitch. Because I said I like homeschool, people went around to the other streams saying I'm some kind of fascist. I agree with the crime, but the killer of the dad and telling the police for the under arrested actually in a Nepal problem right now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like we should all take some time to think, right? Just like we should all take some time to think about our lives, think about
It's a great place to start.
you know, just life. our family, our friends, all that. Just take some time, I think. I'm definitely going to. And hopefully some of this makes people realize how the casualization of the internet and where we interact in this way, where we act like people aren't human beings when they are, but like we act like they're not. We act like people are all like pieces of shit and they're not human beings. Like we're all guilty of that, right? Acting like somebody we think is like an idiot or something is like not even human. Hopefully this, what happened to Charlie, makes people think like, take a second and not so easily write other human beings off as nothing, as just words on a thing. Because that kind of spreading of information and the way people were talking is how it ended up this way. Well, it's part of it. There's lots of things. There's lots of things that ended up this way, but you get me. What time are we at? We got 12 minutes. We got another couple minutes, like 8 more minutes until the start of the stream. I don't really have a plan today. JB Garfield, I was thinking maybe we'll play some of those goofy Jinguji Saburo games. Maybe something else, I don't know. We'll see who comes in and what people are interested in. I put the title, I'm leaving YouTube. Packing them with things and leaving YouTube, because it's true. I want people to know. We are going to keep Super Robot Wars here, of course, but in general I'm moving the operation to Simps. If you don't know about Simps, there's a link to sign up. What's that, Cabron? Cabron, sign up. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would appreciate it if you sign up on Simps, bro, because I'm moving the stream over there. Do you know I'm going to be the partner liaison? It's a pretty big deal. No big deal, just a pretty big deal. We've been Simpsons hype, man. We got investors. We're gonna be, by the time we get predictions fully worked out, which predictions are like the forefront of what crypto people are doing right now, and we're ahead of it at Sims. People don't realize it yet, but we've already changed the game. Pretty exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. But anyways, like I was saying, I hope people like take a step back, man, like, and realize how we casualized everything, like centralized everything to the point where we don't even see people as people now, and that's kind of like, that's what leads to shit like Charlie, man. And I don't think it's completely out of line to act like, at some point, if this is normalized, if people don't go the opposite way on this, people like me will be a target too eventually, right? I don't mean to say, like, to make it about me, but I've been saying like what I think is the truth publicly under my name for years now. I've been put on transphobe list. I'm not saying somebody would go after me, because the hype about a little person like me is going to be the same. But I'm just saying, like, if they start doing that as a normal thing, I'm on there. This is not a great name. Yeah, people say that. I think it's okay, though, because it's easy to remember. People say it's not a great name, but it's Simps.com. That's pretty good. Pretty good, man. Having a .com makes it a good name, I think. And it'll stick with people in their head. Like, even if they don't like it, they'll remember it. And that's what's important. Like rule of 7. Get people to see this. People have to see and hear about a company 7 times before they usually do, like, before they usually buy something from them. So, I don't know. I think it's a fine name. It doesn't totally match what the website is. People think it's like maybe about e-girls or something. But I think the .com is worth it. That's the reasoning there. I think the .com is worth it. And like, yeah, right, SEO right now is not going to reflect it, but eventually when Sims get big enough traffic there, YouTube will have to recognize it. And it'll be in the top list. Eventually it will. It's the kids, man. They think words are violence and they say it all the time. Yeah, they've been trained to be communists, right? They go, he ruined thousands of lives of his work. Well, they believe the communist. But here's the thing: I have noticed there are a fair amount of young people that are rebelling against it. So it's not like it's all the kids. But yeah, it's the communism, man. That's what, like I was telling Zach, it's the fucking communism. Of course it is. It's the fucking, this is how they do it, man. They demoralize everyone. They paint everyone as political enemies. They demonize people they disagree with. They make you so envious of like straight white man, right? The kids don't know you're right. Like, isn't that fucked up? Like, I got beat up for being white when I was a teenager. When I was a kid, I got beat up for being white, right? And I dropped out. I had no fucking benefits from these systems, and yet, if I got killed, they'd be like, oh look, straight white guy, who cares? Who gives a shit about that guy? That's evil, man. That's pure evil right there. Pure fucking evil. And it's been evil for a while, man. I've been trying, like, I've been doing my best to try. I mean, come on, you gotta give me credit for that. I've been doing my part on this, trying to get people to be honest and talk about this stuff for years now. And I didn't back down. I stood up to people on Twitch until I had no option to grow that anymore. Even after I did, when I multi-streamed. I hope more people stand by what they believe in, man. They need to. People need to stand the fuck up now, man. Stop letting us weirdos be the only ones out here. Stand up. Speak. Speak already, man. Like, why is it only us fucking weirdos that are out here trying to speak the truth? You know? Why is it on our shoulder? Why don't you, bitch? It's fine. It's if whoever has to do it has to do it. But I don't know. In some ways, I hope this is a turning point, man. I hope it makes people wake up and realize this is violence. Is sitting under the. That they're advocating for fucking violence, man. The communists have always been advocating for fucking violence, and people like me said it the whole time, and they say no, you're ridiculous, you're crazy. We're not advocating for violence. When they go, oh, you're trying to kill trans people, trans genocide, that's so they can hurt people, man. That's not because they're actually worried about trans people. It's so they can hurt people, and then say it was justified. It's like kids, right? When they're like, they get in someone's face and they try to get somebody to touch them, so they have a right to punch back, right? So then they're in the right. They were defending themselves. They try to start shit so much, and so you do throw the first punch, and they have a right to jump you. It's the same kind of behavior. The cost is too high for the average Joe. Yeah, but this is why people die, man. We're gonna lose the whole country because the average Joe is a lazy a coward loser. One way or another, we're going to. Either it's gonna end up like, you know, a communist hellhole, or some kind of fascist something. I don't know how we fix stuff. I don't know, man. I think there's two main paths forward now, right? It's either they keep locking shit down and globalist kind of nonsense, or B, people stand up and you get, I don't know, like a Christian nation or something. Which honestly, I'd stand with that side over the other one, even though I'm not Christian. I'd rather be ruled over by Christians than communists. I'll tell you that much. I'm not picking the communists. I don't want any kings though, but if I have those two choices, I'm not picking the communists. The communists don't give a fuck about me or anyone. They only care about themselves. Like, The founding fathers talked about this shit, man, in America. I know you don't have, you guys have, I don't know, what do you guys even have? Old kings or something? The founding fathers spelled this out, man. That we can't sit and be complacent. I know, like, you UK people, you're used to being wusses, but America's not supposed to stand for this kind of shit, man. We were built on the principles of not being that average Joe kind of person that does that. That's the whole point of America. They're not fucking Americans. The people that are, the average Joe that's too cowardly to speak is not even an American. They're American by technicality of birth, but they've forsaken the actual principles. And this is coming from somebody that mumbled the Pledge of Allegiance in school every day. I would sometimes not even stand up, and I would mumble it, or I would ignore it, or whatever. I did not respect the stupid thing you do in the morning, Pledge of Allegiance. I did not respect it one bit. But if our founding fathers did not build this on the principle of, like, representation not being exploited, not being taken advantage of, then what the fuck do we start this thing on? You know, that personal liberty has to come before safety. What's the fuck we built this thing on, man? We're throwing the founding fathers away at this point. We're just fucked up considering the founding fathers are why we got them here, man. Anyway, I don't know. Alright, let me set up JV Garfield real quick. And we will, I don't know, maybe we play some Goofy Jingoojis. There's some goofy ones. What else would there? Oh yeah, if I can get Humble Bundle working, there's some detective games I got in, like, Humble Choice we could do. Let me see. Like, there's some detective one that could be cool. Oh yeah, Cabron, bro, you should consider signing up. Man Left Alone. Yeah. I saw it earlier. Somebody posted it. The Man Left Alone, blah blah blah. He has to. I don't remember the wording of it. He has to kill himself because he has to kill his life. Not kill himself. He has to kill his life because if people pushed him too far and he doesn't want to, and so he ends up fighting for the revenge for the life he had to give up. Sure. It's a good little thing there, yeah. But the thing is, those motherfuckers, so many of those people that behave like that have still not had my back or anybody's back during these years, but whatever. So. One of these motherfuckers that are like, oh, I'm waiting, I'm the untold rage. It's like, yeah, okay, well, you could do something now, maybe. You could speak up now, maybe. Instead of waiting till that happens. But yeah, no, I agree with it. It's a cool, I mean, cool. It's a accurate thing. People will be pushed, and they will be a different caliber than the Antifa. There's no going back. That's about the cost. There's no going back to your office job. Yeah, but is that really true? I don't know. But I am wondering, like, legitimately, am I gonna have to, like, I don't want to know if I want to say this out loud, but am I going to have to kill someone to defend myself? Am I going to have to do that in this coming world? Like, is it not in my, do I not have the control of it anymore? Is it going to be either them or me? Because I speak the truth. They call me names. Is it going to reach that point if I don't do anything? And is that going to be true for everyone? I don't know. Scary. Right? Because I'm not just going to be like, okay, go ahead and kill me. You know, I'm not picking that path. I'm not doing that. I don't know. Like, and am I already on that path whether I like it or not? Do these lazy motherfuckers, these envious motherfuckers, are they gonna make good people into murderers, man? They are, aren't they? They are going to do that, probably. Because you're not going to give up. So what are you going to do? And you can't let them hurt your family, man. Like I said, my name's out there, bro. Now, it's not like that just means they can find where I live, but that's something, man. Something not good. And I stand by it still. I'm fine with it, but still, I don't know. For me, I never had an office job, so it doesn't matter to me. That part doesn't matter. I was never part of society like that in the first place. Never fit in like that. I never made it into the system. You know the stream basement? It's not true though. It's not true. And I don't live in a basement either. It would be nice if that was true. I mean, not nice, it'd be kind of sad. But they didn't get into the bunker. I wish I lived in a bunker. Maybe I would like to, like I've been saying, I want to start a town, right? So I'm moving that timeline up if I can find a way to do it. Move me and my family out somewhere to where we can see the horizon, you know? I would definitely like to. I mean, I'm not worried. I'm not like, oh no, I'm gonna get somebody to come after me. I'm just saying. I am somebody that was on the stupid transphobe list, was somebody people call the same kind of names. People say I say this, I say that, but I've never said. My name is out there. Wonder what all the debate bros will do. Like Crowder? What do you mean what they'll do? Like, in what way? To protect themselves, or will they even show up to, like... Will they even show up anymore to do that kind of thing anymore? Will they be too scared to even do it? Yeah, good question, I don't know. Crowder... Isn't that lame? Charlie's dead and we're left with Crowder? Sorry, I don't mean to hate on the guy, but isn't that how it works? Isn't that how it goes? You're left with fucking Crowder. Out of Charlie Kirk and Crowder, you're left with fucking Crowder. That's okay, great. Maybe Crowder will step up and I don't know. I thought Crowder was okay, and then like all the shit came out with his wife and stuff, and it's like this guy's kind of gross. And then I don't know, there's some in a new light, like he's kind of fake. And then yeah, I don't know, I don't really respect the guy anymore. I respected him kind of for a bit. What's up, Koji? They ain't going to college campus anymore, you think so? Shapiro canceled his upcoming stuff from what I remember. They probably need to reassess things. Crowder's a larper, I agree. Yeah, he's basically fake, right? Sucks. But yeah, I mean, my biggest hope is people take time now to for real, like, think about stuff, and like how the casualization of all of our lives has hurt everyone and like made it so easy to see half the fucking country as like evil. But it's not just the communists. Communists make everyone like that. That's the whole fucking problem, right? Communists make the ground fertile for revolution, basically. Which means they make everyone hate each other. They demoralize everyone. They push everyone to the fucking limit. And then eventually, something snaps. The question is, was Charlie Kirk dying the thing snapping? Or is that still to come? I don't know, man. I don't want to associate with a lot of people anymore, I feel ya. It was too religious for my taste. I don't like the debate bro stuff. I never really enjoyed Charlie either or Crowder. I feel you on that, Koji, but I think you gotta respect like what he was doing though. Like I'm with you too. I didn't watch him all that often or anything. I'd say Charlie Kirk was much more reasonable than, like, there was something I watched. Maybe we could watch from Charlie Kirk. There was one where he debated like he had this show. Let's see if I can find it. Where he would debate like nutso communists, and like they sat down and talked. I forget what the name of the show was. And I was watching one where he talked to some really nutso communist lady. To figure out what the show was. It's gonna be impossible to Google it now, right? Maybe I'll ask a robot. Yeah, it's just news shit now. But I don't know, man. I think he was insightful. I think he was smart. I think he was, of course, right to stand up and try to talk to people, and the world was against that. But was I the biggest Charlie Kirk fan? No. But here's why it resonates with me, Koji, and I disagree with you a bit about, like, you know, like, if it, like, okay, here's the thing. Multiple people have told me before that the reason they questioned things was Charlie Kirk. Like, people that watch me or have in some way said, like, I like helped them with, like, you know, question things. They also said Charlie Kirk was what started their questioning. So I know he's like done that, and probably for a lot of people. But I just personally didn't like watching him. Sure. Yeah, that was like 35 or something. He's only 30. He was 31, right? But he's younger than me. Even if you hated him, he could have changed over time. The Jubilee thing? No, it was his own show. What was Charlie Kirk's interview show? Yeah, I remember there was one I found interesting. Yeah, it was like the Answer Channel. No, it was a Charlie Kirk show. Oh, wait, what? Was it really called Charlie Kirk Show? I don't know. I remember. Fuck. I want to try to find this so we can watch it. He was sitting down with a communist lady, and they were talking, and it was all the normal communist stuff. There's no way to search for it right now. Let me see if, and I mean, he was telling the truth, right? Like, he wasn't lying about anything. He was, well, I don't know about anything, but he wasn't, like, he would tell the truth about systemic racism and all these kind of fucking things. He would debunk a lot of the communist stuff. Okay, like, how many people even do that? How many people are even willing to do that? How much shit does it get me in to fucking debunk the communist stuff? It gets you in nothing but shit. People calling you names. Act like you're crazy, act like you're making stuff up. Okay, I'm looking in the past, in my history. Because I know I watched it. I watched it. Not in my thing, though. Obviously, it was you, but it's not about influence, though, man. It's about waking people up specifically. Like, it's not. It's about getting people to get closer to the truth that I respect. Like, like the Kardashians are influential. Doesn't mean anything. As a word, it doesn't mean anything. Kardashians are very influential. Okay, I remember him talking about, let's say, critical race theory, something like this. I want a specific episode. I want to find the fucking any of this show so I can look more. I can't find the name of it. Everything I'm looking. No. Do you want me to do that? I can try finding an exact episode where he interviews someone about CRT. Yes, I want that. Fuck, man. I'm in trouble finding this thing. It was just like a sit-down show where he would sit and talk with people. Deeper unpacking of CRT, cultural Marxism, December 2021. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be an actual episode. Or maybe it is. Oh, the Charlie Kirk show on his website. Maybe that's it. Oh, that's a podcast. Fuck, man. I don't know what the show's called or anything. It was just him, like, sitting there. With whoever he was talking to. And they're at, like, a desk. And there was a number of episodes of it. I don't know why I can't find it now. Well, I can't find this shit now at all. The truth about racism. Maybe this one's an episode? I don't know if I can't fucking find an episode of this show. All I find is like I'm talking college students and then the new stuff now. September 11th and the murder of Charlie Kirk. Here, let's watch this one. Well, I'm looking for it still. This is City Tutoring Math. Oh yeah, I gotta get
Ladies and gentlemen,
Baby
today is a
Garfield up
sad
one.
day.
Oops, I clicked some other random thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is a sad day. Today, as the 11th of September is upon us, I am compelled to speak not merely with the tremulous voice of grief,
One sec,
but
I'm
with
just
the
saying.
firm resolve of one who has seen the abyss and refuses to bow before its shadow. For I, who once beheld the infernal ruin, because I was there,
Oh,
on
9/11.
that tragic day, wrought upon Manhattan's Twin Towers in the year 2001.
I almost
I
forgot about
understand all too
9/11.
vividly the
Reminds me
fragility
of the tragedy.
of civilization when virtue is neglected and vigilance abandoned. The city's
Reminds me of that
skyline, the
tragedy.
very symbol that was a symbol of human ingenuity, was rent asunder by forces both external and, I dare say, spiritual, in their actually satanic is a more
true.
appropriate word,
True that.
in their malevolence. The dust
True
that
that.
choked our lungs, the cries of the innocent that I will never forget, and the silence of the fallen are memories that no passage of years can erode.
Huh.
And yet the heavens, it seems, are not done instructing us in the harsh dialect of suffering. Only yesterday, the 10th day of this month, the society in which we
That
live
is crazy, man.
was reminded anew
If you
of
think
the
about it,
cruelty that festers in moral chaos.
it's kind of crazy.
The violent and unconscionable murder of Mr. Charlie Kirk. And here I must pause to speak with measured honesty, because I owe you nothing but the truth, and I owe it to God as well. And so while Mr. Kirk was a man of notable courage, and in some respects,
Patriot Mobile stands
a
for faith,
defender of what
family,
he perceived to be the values of order and conviction, it must also be said that his philosophical bearings were not my own. His vision, drawn from the currents of modern neoliberalism, often represented political expedience rather than the enduring truths of tradition, hierarchy, and moral fidelity. And yet, even where our judgments diverge, the act committed against him is a stain upon the soul of our country, a moral crime that transcends political calculus. Violence against the living discourse of ideas, regardless of our alignment, is the very hallmark of a society completely adrift and without the principles of God. Let us not mistake this moment
The
for
God
what
thing,
merely regards
but
lamentation.
right, he is right though.
The true lesson here
It
is
is
far deeper, far
a
greater.
society that doesn't give a fuck anymore.
On September the 11th, for example, the destruction of the towers were not simply an attack upon a city. It was personal. It was an affront to the very principles that allow society to exist in ordered harmony. And those who fell were architects, laborers, office workers, officers of the law, and countless innocents whose only crime was fidelity to their duties. Their sacrifice,
Man, I keep getting the stupid Jubilee thing. No, it
us
wasn't that.
a contemplation of the consequences when man forsakes the moral compass that distinguishes
And then prove me
civilization
wrong.
from chaos.
Nothing seems to
And
know
so
of
when
this thing
one
I'm talking about.
observes the murder of a contemporary, be it Kirk or any other voice, the connection is unavoidable. It is personal. In both the breach of order, the eruption of violence, the failure of moral constraint. And it is precisely here that our society, ours as heirs to centuries of disciplined governance and cultivated virtue, is most sorely tried. And
It's fucked up, man. That's true. Like,
and trivial.
our ancestors gave us so much, and what are we doing? We threw it away. This new Fallout character looks good. Do you think he's from Fallout?
The applause of peers.
I should make him in a video game. I like this guy.
Temperance and honor. Men and women
Make
are
him in a video game.
celebrated for their cleverness, their social audacity, or their ability to provoke.
It is fucked up though, man. We are the heirs of a society that focused on controlling your anger, controlling your baser instincts, not being like a piece of shit, right? We are the inheritors of that, and we are pissing it down the fucking leg and acting like that's not important and it doesn't matter and it's not worth holding on to, and when you get angry enough, it's fine to kill, I guess. But like,
rather than for their adherence to eternal truths or their courage to act
fucking robot ain't helping me at all, man.
And this moral anarchy is the soil from which acts of lawlessness, such as the murder we all condemn, inevitably grow.
Keep saying stupid fucking Jubilee thing. No robot.
Grief or our indignation to descend into mere recrimination or sentimentality. The memory of those lost on September 11, 2001, and the violent extinguishment of a young man yesterday must ignite in us not only sorrow, but vigilance. It must reflect upon the principles that endure beyond the clamor of politics and the fashions of intellect. The obligations to your family, to your community.
Look at the background. He is DLC character. I don't think America is heading to a civil war. There's my impression.
Trends of human ambition. The world
it's way worse than that.
The timid,
in a way, right?
Nor
like,
does it forgive those
hold on. Maybe this is it. Charlie Kirk
or
versus
the
Brianna
comforts of
Joe
complacency.
Gray something.
And in contemplating
This is
precarious life
it.
and untimely
This is
death
it.
by knowledge,
I found it.
courage is required to
Debate
speak,
night.
to
It's
act,
called debate
and
night.
to lead within the tumult.
I don't know why,
the
Zoop, you
contemporary
feel like
public
you
life.
have to have some fucking
But
opinion on
courage,
that, or like instead of
unmoored
like
from the
just being
timeless virtues,
contemplative and
prudence,
like
justice,
thinking about things, and instead of having any stupid fucking conclusion nobody wants to
and
hear.
fidelity.
Like, why would you think I want to hear your conclusion on that? Why would I be interested in that? Why would I care?
To the
Why is that
transcendent
interesting
order
or valuable to the world?
cannot
To
alone
say, to
restore
me,
society
to you, to anyone. Why is that
has strayed
valuable?
from its moorings. And so,
Why are you
while we
saying it?
recognize his efforts, we must also recognize the higher standard, the cultivation of the soul, the defense of moral hierarchy,
Why do we have to have
and
some
the
stupid fucking
unwavering
view on
commitment
if
to
there's
what
civil
is
war or not,
eternally
instead of
true,
like
rather
thinking
than
what's
what
actually
is
going on?
politically possible. The events of these 2 dark September days, though separated by a span of 24 years,
What does that have
are
to be some binary? Oh, there's civil war. Oh, there's not civil war. The
inseparably
fuck
linked
does that have to do with
in their
anything?
moral instruction. Both remind us that civilization is no gift freely conferred. It is the careful work of men and women.
The question is like, are the fact that we're able, like, is it reached a point where people are gonna kill people that are their political enemies or not? Like, what the fuck, civil war?
Principle.
Who the fuck
Under
saying civil
constant
war?
threat
Who
of
the fuck
chaos,
civil
disorder,
war?
and
Why am I
violence.
reading the word civil
Both
war?
remind us that the protection of life, the cultivation of virtue, and the respect for the sacred order of society demand.
Does human life fucking matter or no, man? Civil war, civil war, civil war, civil war, pre-programmed MPC talking point. What about a human life, bro?
Vigilance, courage,
The fuck
and
does
sacrifice.
civil war ever do with anything?
And therefore, let us not turn our gaze away in despair, nor permit our sadness to render us impotent. Let it instead steel our resolve,
Agreed, bro.
sharpen our moral
Tech,
vision, and compel us to act in accordance with the
Can't wait for
ancient
this.
Christian principles that have alone preserved societies throughout.
Sometimes writing the form of question may be less good, so rise the subject in a different way, but yeah, I agree with you. Just sometimes, okay, it's fine.
Tempests of history. Let us honor the memory of.
I'm just saying, like, why even have a conclusion or anything like that? Or like, here's what the question, to me, the questions are like, and I'm not saying we need to answer them either. In fact, I don't think we can answer them. The questions are, to me, are like, have we reached that point where people see, like, are willing to just like go after people that they see as an enemy in the country, you know? Like, will that lead to civil war? Well, I'm not concerned about that exactly. Like, that's a later tier question. The question is, like, is somebody like me that has my name out there, right, and speaks the truth and gets called these kind of things, are we at any kind of risk now? Are we like whack-a-moles that can just get killed and people be like, I was a white guy, who cares? Is that where we are now?
Innocent, whether fallen in the fires of Manhattan or in the violence of our modern streets, by reaffirming our fidelity to truth, order, and virtue. May the lessons of September the 11th and of yesterday's murderous tragedy echo not as lamentations alone, but as clarion calls. Let us cultivate in ourselves the courage to uphold the moral order, the wisdom to distinguish the transient from the
Weirdest
eternal.
part to me is Kirk being called an extremist. He's very normie Christian conservative. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, well, I mean, of course, I don't mean, but again, I'm not trying to like make it about me. Like, obviously, it's not about me, but it is a question, right? If people like Charlie Kirk are able to be gone after, then smeared in their death, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like oh no, I'm worried I'm gonna get killed. I'm just saying, like, is that not the type of people that they're like basically like saying, like, does it not suggest that people that stand up and speak the truth could get killed? Whether or not civil war or whatever, like, Is that not a concern now? It sure seems like a concern.
and the fortitude to labor for the restoration of a society that esteems
It seems
virtue
like the
above.
society, the undercurrent of hostility has reached a point where if you're just pointing out the hostility exists, you could get killed now. That's what it
Against the
seems like.
laws of the moment. In this solemn endeavor lies the preservation of all that is sacred in our heritage, and the hope that
Because Charlie Kirk
future
didn't do
generations
anything to
will inherit
anyone,
a world not of
man.
chaos, but of order, justice, and enduring clarity. Moral
He
clarity.
didn't do a damn thing to anyone.
I insist, it has to be moral clarity. And speaking personally, let it be said that I will never be intimidated by the
Yeah.
workers of iniquity, by satanic individuals
Sure.
who are hell-bent on silencing
Cannot
truth.
shut up.
Every
That's true.
single person today who is speaking truth is now a target.
See, he agrees with me, man.
And we are aware of that.
Uh-huh.
And the people of God are not afraid of you.
True.
And you may be
We have
able
to say it
commit murder,
anyway.
but you will never be able to silence God and his truths. And every single enemy of God will pay the ultimate price of eternal damnation in hell. And as for Charlie Kirk's wife,
And if he's a target, then everybody will be a target. Exactly. People that speak the truth are targets now. For extremists, moderns are extremists, and you have a lot of moderns. Yeah, right. You say to the extremists, moderate people seem extremists because their worldview is such that no other worldview is compatible with it. You're correct, right? The communists, whatever, their worldview is so extreme that no other worldview is compatible with it, and such they are almost violently. I mean, it's like Islam, bro. You have we have a shared thing there. It's like Islam, bro. They pretend, just like somebody pointed out about like Sharia law, when they're like, oh yeah, Islam will be like, oh yeah, we're your friends until they have the majority, and then it'll be Sharia law. Communists behave the exact same way. It's like, oh yeah, we care about free speech and blah blah blah, and we're good people too, until they get power, and then they shoot you, like, and then they take over. Like it's the same fucking bullshit of they use people's kindness against them and then strangle them with it, because their belief structures are not compatible with anybody else. Their only way is to take over everything. Communists, Islam, those two. As bad examples of people being happy about it are, I think it's pushing more center people to the right, seeing the response. I agree with you. I do. Well, the thing is, like, it's such a fog of war. I feel like we can't really be sure, Koji. But I do hope, and I do wish, and I do think, and I have seen a fair amount of it, that a lot of like regular people, like people that were let's not say regular, okay? Because we started speaking the truth a while ago, right? Let's say like what do you call the people? The people that are still kind of choosing to not get involved, they're still looking the other way. A lot of those people with Charlie dying are forced to look, like he's saying, right? Like a lot of them are forced to look and see what's actually happening now and how bad it actually is, and that it's not like your craziest friend saying, "Hey man, they want to kill us." Like that's not actually crazy. They were actually warning you.
and family, I offer you my thoughts and prayers. Charlie Kirk has gone on to be with the Lord. He was a Christian, and there can be no greater reward for a
Wish I
Christian
believed in that.
than to be forever with his Father in heaven. God bless you all. Please be vigilant. Please don't ever
Wish
be
I believed
afraid
in that.
of defending the moral truths. We are in for some.
You know why
very
lesbians
dark
like Muslims? Because they know it's like going down on the carpet 5 times a day.
times, but God will ultimately prevail, and so will his people.
Now, on that thing though, I kind of agree with them in that the truth wins eventually. Nature, life finds a way. So I do kind of agree with the end part, even though I don't really necessarily believe in God. I do believe Here you go. I do believe in general with the concept there. This was 2022, bro.
Welcome to another episode of Debate Night. We're joined by founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, and former press secretary to Bernie Sanders, journalist and co-host of Bad Faith podcast, Brianna Joy Gray.
Bad Faith podcast,
Tonight's topic is systemic racism in America. I'll start with you, Brianna. Can you start with your opening statements, please?
Like, systemic racism, as we all know now, in 2025, hopefully, is just communism. Like, come on, let's be honest already. It's just communism. It's just communism. It's communism.
Sure. Well, thank you, Charlie, for the invitation. I'm glad to be here.
And of course, she's former press secretary for who? Bernie Sanders. Why? Because she's communist. Because it's communism. Right here. Really good opportunity. I put but Max, know if you want to get
Look,
yeah, sorry.
there
I did
are a lot
a
of
business
things
stuff.
that people struggle with in this country.
You know,
And-
Ukraine war, you have like give us money to buy a cannon shell through the internet, and you can write that you want on it. One of it had her name. Her name? I didn't know that.
40% of Americans, even before this pandemic and the economic crisis that has accompanied
That's crazy.
it,
I didn't know that.
couldn't respond to a $400 emergency. If we think of what that means, and we think of all of the emergencies that can come up that exceed $400 in cost, whether it's making rent, whether it's a medical bill, whether it's bailing someone out of jail, you can imagine a lot of circumstances that are really life-changing if you can't come up with that $400. And I think I just wanted to start by saying that because sometimes I think the conversations that we have, especially kind of in our professional context on
Yeah,
the
some people
internet,
don't
where
like her a
there's
lot.
a lot of different incentives to talk about a lot of different things, sometimes miss
don't
the
blame
forest for the
them.
trees. And so why I think conversations about systemic racism are ultimately important is because it's one factor among
But see, this is the kind of stuff he was doing that I have to be like, bro. I think he was right. 100, like, this is the kind of stuff I was interested
many,
in.
the tapestries of things that are causing people not to be able to fully maximize their ability in our society. And I think people across the political spectrum.
Because who else was fucking calling out systemic racism as what it is and actually like debating
It's one
people
about
on
freedom.
it?
It's one of our founding ideals as
Who the hell
Americans.
was actually
But I
doing
think
that?
often we talk about the freedom to do what we want affirmatively and not the freedoms from not, the restrictions that come when you aren't able to have your basic needs met.
Have your she already speaking dishonestly, right? Have your basic needs met. You shouldn't have your basic needs met. What am I saying? Well, you should figure out how to have your basic needs met. That's your responsibility. It's all of our individual responsibility. It's not anybody else's. So have your basic needs met implies like the state is your parents and they need to meet your basic needs. That shouldn't be true. No. It doesn't work.
Their basic housing needs, basic food needs, basic education needs.
Basic housing needs, basic food needs, basic education needs. The fact that they've converted education, which again is programming, into a need. You need to be programmed or else. And that's just like a thing that's happened and no one cares, no one noticed, no one says anything about it, actually agrees with it. Oh yeah, everyone needs education. Everyone needs state education. Everyone needs government training. That's crazy, man. If people really knew what they were saying, you think they would really keep saying it? Everyone needs state training. No, we don't. Fuck you, man. We don't need that. It's a need. It's a right. Education is a right. They deranged people into thinking this. You being programmed by the state is a right? No, man, they tricked you.
The things that you need to succeed. And for some quadrant, some cohort of Americans, systemic racism has been a barrier. And we need to
Some cohort. Again, a barrier as if to education is something that we want to break down and get them into the training and the programming. No, man. You have to give them freedom, teach them to actually be able to read, and let them go on their own and like start doing community schools. So enough with this fucking state bullshit, man. And again, all these fucking communists smuggle in the state schooling. Where does state schooling come from? Prussia. Are we really trying to imitate Prussian state? Come on, man.
to talk about systemic racism because in a lot of people's imaginations, racism exists as, you know, a bad guy in a Klan's hood and these kind of stereotypes, very explicitly denying people service, explicitly denying people a right to use the bathroom, the kind of racism that we understand from the 1960s. What we understand exists today is the aftershocks of a lot of those systems.
Aftershocks, right.
Not just interpersonal racism that existed at the time, but also the laws on the books that had real effects in terms of how people were able to grow and aggregate wealth at that time, and which has
right, generational wealth, blah 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 blah
implications
blah.
for the generations that have come since.
I know what you're saying.
Who's a relatively young person whose parents were born before the Civil Rights era. Were born in the Civil Rights era before civil rights were secured for Black Americans in this country. We're not talking about something long, long ago and far, far away. We're talking about laws in the books that
Wait, that's not true, is it? Hold on, what?
Before the Civil Rights era. Were born
Your parents were?
before the person whose parents were born before the Civil Rights era. Were born
Well, you
in
better
the
claim
before
that.
civil rights were secured for Black Americans in this
Better
country.
claim that
We're not
card,
talking
man.
about something long, long ago and far, far away. We're talking about laws in the books that prevented my relatives who served in wars from getting the same benefits in terms of low interest
My relatives, name them. Who?
to buy property that other Americans, that white Americans got, and that has a trickle-down effect in terms of how much wealth has been amassed by my community as compared to others. And I think it's not about blaming people. It's not about hierarchies of oppression. It's just about understanding that this is how the world was, and snapping our fingers and getting rid of those prohibitive laws isn't going to change the effects of those.
Then how are
laws.
you sitting there, ma'am? If you have more privilege than most people in the country, and you're sitting there telling us, my family though, but my family though, they didn't. Sure, Well, why are you sitting there with more privilege than most people in the country? Why?
Unless we do so affirmatively.
Thank you, Brianna. Can we move on to Charlie?
Yeah, I'll make it short. I don't think systemic racism exists, so the burden of proof's on you. There's racism, individual racist, it's disgusting, reprehensible, we'll agree on that. But the systems themselves are not racist. There's nothing that I can do that you can't do. You went to Harvard, it's pretty awesome. I didn't, so that's not a racist country. So, yeah, the burden's on you to prove it.
Charlie, is it your belief that if there is one example of something,
She's already talking down. Oops. She's already talking down to him, which is gross, right? She's already talking down to Charlie, like he's like some kind of child or something. They're so manipulative. These aren't debates. This is manipulation, gaslighting. Do you believe that if one example of something exists, it's reflective of the greater majority? Well, no, but his point is, if it was actually racist, how would you made it through the systems you did? Because according to you, it's impossible. It doesn't happen. That's the question. You're not going to answer. You're going to say, does one example mean it? No.
an anomalous example proves the rule?
No.
Anomalous example. It's not anomalous. It's definitely not anomalous. Look at the actual numbers. It's not anomalous. Nice try.
Can you name one example?
Of systemic racism?
Yeah.
So what did you think about the example I brought up in my opening remarks? The example of housing discrimination.
You didn't name one person. What do you mean example? You didn't name a single person. You said my family. Which family? Who? You didn't name anything.
In redlining.
Like
Are you familiar
redlining? Yeah, so
with redlining?
you know Thomas Sowell's treatise on redlining?
I don't.
Yeah, you should read it.
What does it say? Are you able to tell me?
Yeah,
in this
it's actually
moment?
right here. He said, redlining, do you know that white
I like how
person
she
now-
says, are you able to tell me? Like he wouldn't, like acting like question. They always do that too. They always like question your intelligence, act like you're stupid, act like you don't know what you're talking about. Are you able to tell me? Can you tell me that? He has it printed out because he knows she's going to do that. He read her so well already. that he knows he's gonna need some Thomas Sowell quotes because people like this need to read some Thomas Sowell. If this chick read fucking Thomas Sowell, she wouldn't be as retarded as she is, man.
Down for mortgages more than.
Why the fuck hasn't she read Thomas Sowell? Why did she go to Harvard and did not read Thomas Sowell? And how is that not like an obvious sign of the problems, you know? Like, I don't know.
I'm unclear what relevance that has
Because
to
it
the
wasn't
white-
racially based. The redlining myth, according to Thomas Sowell, which I'm sure you believe in, says, quote, nor did either the mainstream media or political leaders ever mention the
Look at her, she's sitting there like, what am I supposed to say now? What's up, Matcha? I'm watching debates today. Yeah, kinda. I'm watching this Charlie Kirk debate from a couple of years ago.
fact that black-owned banks turn down black mortgage loan applicants at least as often as white-owned banks did. Why were blacks turning down their own people?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a good defense. That you can't claim ignorance. That sucks that they do that too. Because like if you had ignorance on something, it'd say you need to do the work, you need to educate yourself, you need to put in the work. There's no ignorance is not an excuse, but she has it as an excuse. Isn't that interesting? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, read Thomas Sowell. It's not like you went to Harvard and you didn't read Thomas Sowell. That's not a good thing for you. You don't read books.
I'm talking
Obviously
about
you don't, because this is
well,
the
Charlie, I would like to be very specific.
And again, she's saying I want to be specific, but did not give a specific example. She said my family or something. I had family, but she didn't name any names. And she hasn't given a single real example whatsoever.
Here.
I was just very specific.
So
Yeah, he was actually specific. Watch her.
I'm talking about the GI Bill, which allowed people who had served in our wars, including a lot of Black Americans, to come back
No,
and
no, you're
get
talking about redlining, right? So this is redlining.
This is connected to redlining.
No, which one do you want to talk about? GI Bill or redlining?
If you allow me to explain, this is connected.
Listen, actually, you're an idiot, and I need to explain all the things. This is the other thing that bothers me about the communist view, too. Is they're always like, I'm an authority, I'm educating you, you need to want to learn what I have to say. Instead of like, okay, hey, we can share. Like, of course it's true that you can learn something from almost anyone, right? And when I talk to people, I want to learn from them, or else why am I talking to them? But when they start talking to you like this, like my view is the authoritative one. You just don't know enough to understand what I'm saying. That's delusional. That's delusion. That's almost never true. That's almost always delusion. Like you have to like put yourself in a position of huffing your own fart. To think that's true, I think, because like. I never think that, even if like I know, like even if I'm talking about fucking Japanese, I don't think that, like that it's just me, that I just have to like educate you properly. Like that's a totalitarian, that's a tyrant's viewpoint. You need to educate people properly. That's what tyrants think. That's what authoritarians think.
To redlining,
Okay.
I guess you don't understand that, but I'm happy to explain it to you right now if you just let me get this out. I promise you it'll be worth the effort. The GI Bill gave low-interest loans to people who had served in the war, right? And those loans were issued they were federally backed loans. So the banks would issue to people at a low interest rate so that they could buy homes and generate what we now understand to be the basis of middle-class wealth in this country. What ended up happening was the process of redlining was that banks said, oh, we're only going to...
Yeah, but he pointed out that Thomas Sowell said it wasn't banks that did it. Even black people that worked at the banks, black-owned banks, would do the practice that you're saying was a thing, right? So why is that? You're saying banks said it. He pointed out actual truth that black-owned banks still did it. So what's the excuse for that? It's not banks doing it. Individuals do things. Banks don't do anything. Individual banks did. And he pointed out what they actually did, and he had nothing about that. And now you're just saying banks did this.
To issue loans. For you to buy
You're not being more specific. You keep acting like you're being more specific than him, but you don't give specifics.
in certain neighborhoods.
Right, black banks.
Yep. Correct, Charlie. Correct.
All banks.
Right, so why
But not yeah, all banks. Well, that's not true. You can't say all banks, because there probably were some cases where a bank, like she can't speak in that kind of authority on that.
Why did
Charlie,
black banks do that?
the overwhelming majority of issuers in
No,
this
you got to
country.
answer the question. Why did black banks?
Yeah, good
I will answer
question.
your question.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
But what I'm talking about is the
Out of that $1 million, you won't answer that question.
overwhelming majority
I
of
guess not.
issuers,
No,
just
it's
like
not
today,
true.
even more so back then, the overwhelming majority of issuers were white-owned banks.
Right, just by number that would be true. So what does that have to do with anything?
And those banks redlined communities where they said,
But not just those banks.
we will not issue to people who live in these communities. Now, what ended up happening, what that meant for black people, was because of what's called a restrictive covenant, which meant that in the
She has this like pre-trained thing she needs to get through, and that's why she's like this. She can't adapt to what's being said. She can't put new information in her head. She has to go through this speech. She has to go through all the checkpoints in the speech. She can't adapt. She can't think. She can't even understand what he's saying. She just has to get through the speech. And if you just let her get through the speech, you'll see the true wisdom of communism, and you'll come around. You'll see Jesus's words and why you need to trust them and why you should have faith too. She just gets through this explanation.
in the law, in the covenant that attached to the land for a lease, many of them precluded black people from buying in those neighborhoods. So basically what happened was banks would only lend to people and give those low interest loans to people who were allowed to live in white neighborhoods, which meant that systemically, black people weren't able to take advantage of that same low interest loan.
Let's do something fun. Like what? You got an
That
idea?
enabled so many white people who ordinarily would not have been able to afford a house.
I'm having fun
because
doing
they fought and
this.
served in our wars to do so. Now, how many black banks are in America, and how many black banks were in America
What
in
if
the
there's even one
1960s,
example?
Charlie?
That's the question.
No, because
the blacks were discriminating against themselves, and white.
He said blanks. That was the thing atheism is Aristotle used to do. He used to say blanks instead. When he got banned for saying blacks, he started saying blanks.
were being discriminated more than Asian Americans.
This is what's so fascinating.
Let me answer this question. Why was
Did you
black?
want me to answer your question about
Well,
black
you're not.
bank
You're
or not?
dodging and you're
No,
dancing.
I'm
so
happy to.
He still didn't answer. She still didn't answer the question.
Let the record reflect that I'm happy to
Gucci. Yeah, I'll play in a minute.
answer your question
Answer it.
about black.
I ain't no appetite for
My
this
point is
stuff
that
now.
I-
Sir,
How come?
the question.
Before we started this conversation, Charlie, you assured me that it would not be pugilistic
It's
in
not.
nature.
I'm asking you to answer a
And
question, and you're not doing that.
the question is, how many black banks are in America at the time issuing those kinds of loans? Charlie, at the end of the day,
So you're not.
You didn't ask that question. How was that the question? You didn't ask that question.
if you
I got it, that's
point-
fine. No, it's okay.
Charlie,
So-
just answer my question to you, which came first.
It's probably
actually.
a low percentage,
My-
but Thomas Sowell's scholarship, which is
But
a lot
Charlie,
more extensive
that's
than
a
yours,
logical fallacy.
says this.
Just
Well,
because you can find one counterexample.
do you know who Thomas Sowell is?
Of course I do.
Who is
He's
he?
a black conservative.
That's how you define Thomas Sowell. Black Republican. She almost said Republican. Then she was conservative. A black conservative. That's what defines Thomas Sowell. I'll play in a minute. 2:21 a.m.
Public intellectual who a lot of
who
people
won a
respect.
Nobel laureate for
But
his research on this.
Charlie,
It's a big deal.
if you want to have a debate with Thomas Sowell, or if Thomas Sowell wants to have a debate with me, I'd be happy to do that. But I think that we two here can sit here as people with the ability to reason.
Bro, I had Dragon Ball betting this morning. Okay, I had I had Dragon Ball betting this morning. Predictions this morning. Where we were watching Dragon Ball fight. You know, betting on the whatever things. That was this morning.
I agree, but I'm going to
without-
trust Sowell more than you.
without-
I'm sorry. It's
I'll
like,
probably be doing it again later.
his he actually lived through
I'm gonna do what I want, man.
Why did you ask me here if you weren't interested in me explaining
because
to you
I would
my
think that
perspective on the world?
you would at least have some response to this, which you don't, and that's fine.
Well, no,
Just
Charlie,
say you don't.
Charlie, if we're going to move forward, we're going to have to get back past this basic logical fallacy that you keep encountering.
Which one is that?
Which is that if one counterexample of the thing that satisfies your argument exists in the world, you seem to think that the gestalt of human existence doesn't matter.
No, there's a lot
so
more
if
than
I
one
can
example.
Find, there are hardly any black banks in America today, Charlie, but you think that
Why do
the
you think
existence
that
of
is?
one black bank in 1963, who according to you, based on
it's not
ephemera,
according to me.
discriminated against a black person,
First of all, you're getting
It wasn't one bank.
You're getting way too worked
Charlie,
up. You are. Just-
undermines the entire reality of a white banking system that systemically did not
So
issue
let
loans.
me ask you another question, though.
Did you know, Charlie, that in 1947 there were 3,200 VA guaranteed loans in a random state, let's say Mississippi, and only 2 of them were issued to non-white borrowers?
So
and it's not just the South.
let me
in
ask
the
you a
North,
question, though.
In New
So
York and New Jersey,
why is it-
there were 67,000 of these loans.
All she has is these quotes, man.
And only 100 of those 60,000 went
Right.
to non-white borrowers.
So-
why do you think that was, Charlie?
Well, so let me ask you a question. First of all, of course, it's partially racism, partially structural in the sense not that it's
Okay, so we have
inequality.
structural racism.
No.
So I don't understand
No,
what
it's
the
not.
argument
No,
is.
it's not. It's also because that blacks did not have their own capital accounts.
No.
It's also because of this.
No, it's
No,
not.
let me
These
ask
are
you a question.
GI That's why we're talking about the GI
Let me
Bill,
ask you,
Charlie.
why is it that black incomes increased while redlining was also prevalent? Black incomes increased faster than white incomes.
What does income have to do with
everything?
No,
if
Charlie.
redlining was so terrible, why were blacks getting richer than whites in the 40s?
I don't think you're understanding.
No, answer the question.
I don't think you're understanding. They always talk down to you, man.
Why were blacks getting richer than the whites?
You don't understand. You don't understand. It seems like what redlining is.
No, I do.
You don't understand, it seems. That's crazy.
What? No, Charlie. Your ability to buy a house is not the same thing
So
as
let
your
me ask
ability
you.
to earn a higher income.
Your grandparents
your
were
house
harmed by
wealth-
redlining. Is that right?
My great grandparents were.
So
Yeah.
how'd you get to Harvard if it was so awful?
Good question. That's my question, too. If it's so impossible, if you have no chance, how did you get to Harvard?
Because if systemic racism is
She just gets mad at that. She just gets mad at that. There's no response for it. She just gets mad.
real, well, you went to the best school in the world. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
You're saying that because racism exists. Sorry, because I went to Harvard, racism can't exist.
No, I'm asking a
No, he's saying if racism stops people from getting through these systems, how did you get through the system?
very simple question. If redline was so detrimental, how'd you get to Cambridge?
What is the relevance? Don't dodge the relevance.
No,
of
it's
your
very
question,
relevant.
Charlie.
Obviously,
The
you're
reason-
arguing against your own story. Like,
No, I'm not.
only in America's only in a country's unracist
No.
America could someone like you, who says it's so racist and redlining, also go to Harvard, the best school on the planet.
Do you believe that during Reconstruction there was no racism? Do you believe that before
How
the
many
civil...
acres did slaves get
Wait a
at
minute, Charlie.
post-Civil War?
You're-
19
Charlie,
million
with all due
acres blacks
respect,
got.
you've accused me of interrupting you and not answering the question. How many... Do you believe there was racism prior to the end of the civil rights movement and prior to
There was always racism, ma'am. What does that establish?
basically during Reconstruction after the end of the...
Of course there was. Do I think it actually had an
Do you know
impact?
that there were black people who went to Harvard during that period? Do
Yeah,
you think that
also the
racism
first
didn't
black
exist
senators
because
did-
black people didn't go? That black people went to Harvard during that period?
The argument is that
But
America
that's
became
your
progressively
argument,
less
Charlie.
racist. You're the one that's focusing on race.
Wait.
I'm not.
No, Charlie,
And
you asked me to have a conversation about race, but I am no racial expert. I'm a
gotta
leftist who talks
calm
about
down.
socialism.
You're getting way too worked
no,
up.
Charlie,
So, but-
don't...
She's what now?
That's
Being
your
progressively
argument,
less
Charlie.
racist. You're the one that's focusing on race.
Wait.
I'm not.
No, Charlie,
And-
you asked...
She is focusing on race. When he mentions Thomas Sowell, how did she describe Thomas Sowell? That was one of the biggest telling things. What did she say besides a conservative? Did she say something else? Did she say economist?
you
No,
worked
Charlie.
out. You are.
Where was
Undermine
that?
you Based on
No, it's not
ephemera,
according-
just think that
Why
the
do you think
existence
that
of
is?
one black
And why?
argument exists in the world that you keep...
Which you don't. That's fine.
Well, no,
Just say
Charlie,
you don't.
didn't me explaining
Because
to you
I would
my
think that
perspective on the world.
you would at least
What
have
did she
some
say?
responses, which you don't. That's fine.
And I'd be happy to do that. I'm just a black conservative public intellectual who...
Intellectual. Conservative, black conservative intellectual is how she describes Thomas Sowell. No mention of his specialty whatsoever. Ain't that interesting? No?
How many... Do you believe there was racism prior to
I'm getting emotional. Wow, yeah.
the civil war?
Go back to
Charlie,
that
you
verse
asked me
there.
to have a conversation about race, but I'm...
But that's all she calls him, is an intellectual. A black conservative intellectual. No mention of his specialty, no mention of what he specializes in. She doesn't know, I assume.
I'm no racial expert.
She's a lady that talks about socialism but has no idea who an economist is.
I'm a
gotta
leftist who talks
calm
about
down.
socialism.
Yeah, you should know about then shouldn't you know about economics, ma'am? Socialism is supposed to be what? Remember what the lie you tell us about socialism? It's what? It's an economic system. So why don't you know about somebody whose specialty is economics?
Way too worked
No,
up.
Charlie,
So, but
don't also do that. Look, you
just called him race. All you said was race stuff about him.
I would be happy to come here and not talk about race. In fact, my whole...
She should be able to debate better. She went to Harvard. You would think. Personally, you guys know my view on this. I don't think debate is even real. I think debate is like midwit blood sports. Because from everything we know, if you actually want to convince someone, what should you do? You should calm them down. You should tell them something engaging. You should, be their friend, right? We all know what actually convinces people is not, you don't get aggressive with someone, make them defensive. Like all the principles of how you convince people is the opposite of what you do in a debate. Debates, in my opinion, are mostly about, now I know they're debating whatever, I'm kind of hating on the whole thing, but the point of debate is to get your audience to like score points for your audience, right? To seem smart for your audience, basically. There's no real convincing anyone that happens during a debate.
my whole like career in writing is talking about a lot of racial overreaches on the left, critiquing the way that identity politics is used to have hierarchies of oppression in a way that ignores class as a key metric that cuts through.
Yeah, that's one of the big communist complaints. The race thing isn't enough. We also have to use class, intersectionality, right?
My whole like career in writing is talking about a lot of racial overreaches on the left.
It's like it's not just race. It's actually class. Also, are they gay?
Critiquing the way that identity politics is used to have hierarchies of oppression in a way that ignores
Right.
class as a key metric that cuts through communities. That's my whole thing. Why
Do we know class? Do we know their race? Do we know their sex?
you asked me to come here and talk about race? It's a decision on you. Please.
How much oppression matrix is on? How many points do they have on the oppression score?
Well,
Put
because
that on
you
me.
believe in a mythology. That's why. You believe in something that's
true.
akin to Zeus or Hercules.
Yeah.
I mean, you believe in something that doesn't exist. And
It's true. It's true. He's right. He was right. It's mythology. It's baloney. The fact that so many people believe it is why it gets any credibility. But it is just mythology. It is just Zeus. It is just this nonsense. Yeah.
never will, which is systemic racism. You're living proof how unracist America is.
And apparently so is W.E. Du Bois.
Moving to the first
She thought that was funny, right? She's like, haha, I
living
got a
proof
point
how
or
unracist
something.
America
What
is.
is
And
that?
apparently
Look
so
at her
is
face.
W.
Let's go slower and watch her face she makes. Everyone tells who they are on their face, I say.
Du Bois.
There you go. Looking for approval from someone else. Like, I got him, right? Has no confidence in her own statement. Looking for approval from someone.
Moving to the first question, since we didn't get to it. Brianna, is America systemically racist?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. You dodged the question the whole time, didn't answer. True. Obviously, yes is her answer.
There's systemic racism, of course, in America. There's systemic poverty. There's a lot of
Systemic poverty. All this shit is so dishonest. I grew up poor. Lots of people I know grew up poor. As someone who grew up poor.
look.
Systemic poverty. Shut up.
I think we should.
Isn't it so gross that it's people like this that don't didn't grow up that way. They're telling you what's true and that it's systemic and blah blah blah. People like her actively hurt people that are in poverty by trying to, instead of like actually helping them figure out that they need to get out of poverty, get out of any fucked up situation. You have to accept radical responsibility for your situation, regardless of if it's actually your fault or not. And you have to work towards, finding a way forward that way. And that's always the truth. That's always the case. These types of people literally make those people's lives worse by giving them something to point at and say, "Oh, it's not my fault." Because it doesn't matter if it's your fault or not, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of, okay, I'm gonna do it versus like, okay, well, my life, maybe it isn't my fault, but it's my deal. It's my cards. It's my deck. It's my hand of cards to play. So I better figure out how to play it.
Probably start by talking about the word systemic. What the word systemic means. It means that we're not any
It's
longer
not just
talking
blaming
about
some
the realm
God
of,
things
this person
like
was mean
systemic.
to me, this person didn't give me a job because they
Yeah, systemic is this ethereal, magical thing, and everybody sees through that, and that's why they point it out.
didn't like the cut of my jib, or they didn't like that I was a woman, or they didn't hire me because I was pregnant, or any number of things
You think people are racist against you? Again, graduated from Harvard. Shut up.
that go on in people's lives. Those kind of
Self-centered
one-off instances
bitch.
of oppression,
Sorry.
a discrimination, of
Boom
course
lawyered.
exist. For people who are members of protected classes and people who aren't members of protected
Protected classes. Fuck you. We need enough of that. Enough of the protected classes. The only protected class I respect now is women and children. Period. 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 You're telling me I gotta respect all these other things? Nope, not anymore. Nope, you guys lied to me. You tricked me. Women and children. That's it. That's what I know to be true. That's what I feel in my heart. My nature, my natural human instincts. I'm going back to those. Who do I protect? Who do I care about? Women and children. Do I care about somebody because they're gay or because their skin color? No, sorry. Sorry, I don't care like that. Sorry, no. You guys took advantage of the fact that we were giving you the that we were kind on that stuff, and
to classes.
No
I do
more.
not hire you because
Nope.
I don't like your shirt, and there's nothing the law can do about that. But of course, that would exist. But that we
No
would
more
call that
protected
systemic oppression,
classes.
even if we would call that wrong. What we mean when we say systemic is that we have
magical belief that you can't really have to prove, and so it works no matter what. And listen, it's in all the systems because they built the systems this way, and so they take advantage of black people but not white people, and yada yada yada.
institutions in our country.
Now, however, there is I've made the case there is some systemic racism in the bigotry of low expectations. Like how teachers, like a lot of like whatever, like program teachers will treat their like black kids like they're dumb. You know what I mean? They do that, and like they can't do better, and that like the you know, just give them an A, whatever they do. That's fucking those kids, man. They need the actual like they need the same standards everyone else has. Yes, sometimes some kids might need more understanding in a way because like their home life is fucked up or whatever. But should school even be the thing to do that? Should school even be there? Should it be some other thing? Are religious schools actually that bad if like we're saying that like somebody's home life or something could need like help? Wouldn't a religious school actually be better then? Like, I'm not religious, but I'm just thinking out loud, like, wouldn't some kind of community-based school or religious school be better then? If like the kid could be like, you know, like the problems could be at home, then shouldn't some kind of place where he can like think about other things that are bigger than himself and find purpose and stuff? Shouldn't, then is religious school such a bad thing?
Whether it's something like
I don't
our
know.
institution of laws, whether it's our prison
You
system,
guys ever thought about that? I'm just thinking about that now.
whether it's our education system. And because we're
Throw out the education system. It's so lame that everybody acts like we're just stuck with this education system and we have to use it. Throw it away, please. It sucks. It's not real. It's just programming.
human beings, and because we're flawed as we're putting together these systems, because there's always room
Like, there's so many fucking problems with the education system, so get rid of it. People will be better off without it. Poor black kids, which she pretends to care about, will be better off without any public education system. Because the public education system is school to prison pipeline. We all know that. They'll get in trouble at school. They'll end up in-house. They'll hang out with other kids. How do you think like all those kids get into like selling drugs and shit? It's at school. What do you think it happens? What do you think takes place? It's at school, bro. It's on their way to school. It's on their way home. It's at the school itself. Who, like, you know, like they have those young kids that are selling drugs or whoever. How do you think they get them? It's school.
to perfect the systems that we have made by our own human fallible design. There are
They'd be better
often
off without
the
it.
same kind of biases and interests that we have are baked into those systems. And it's not about
And again, prove it. No.
someone necessarily sitting around nefariously saying,
Prove
oh,
it.
I'm going to get you, sucker.
Prove
But
it.
the reality is when you look at the way the world is designed,
Prove
and
it.
outcomes aren't always indicative of,
No, they're not indicative of it. Period.
a problem.
I
But
agree.
sometimes they are. And
Okay, prove it.
so when you see something like, for instance, regardless of the race of the perpetrator, or regardless of the race of the criminal, you are 4 times more likely to get the death penalty if the victim is white versus if the victim is black.
What does that mean? If the victim... You're more likely to get the death penalty. Does this not depend a lot on just, like, where you live? Like, I hate when they look at stats like this, because there's so much you don't know about the numbers that they're not giving you. What confounding variables are there? Well, first, it doesn't matter where they live. Like, doesn't it matter, like, the population in the states that have the death penalty, like, regularly applied versus ones that don't? Is that related? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of confounding variables there before I can really even think about that as a point.
Now, this is
I don't think I'll ever be in a situation where I'm worried about getting the death penalty. Right? I mean, that doesn't even apply to us in the first place. I agree with you. Right? That's a good point. And also, it's like, maybe that should be the opposite. Like, your case is like, oh, getting the death penalty. Maybe like, how do we know they shouldn't get the death penalty? You're talking about people that kill people, right? You're talking about murderers, right? So we should give more death penalty? Like, yes, okay. I'm down. But, okay.
Regardless if the person who did the killing was white or black. If
Well,
you
it's more likely going to be white people then, right? It's more white people getting the death. That's it. They're going soft on black people, and so they don't give them the death penalty, because who is more likely to kill? It's usually the crime is committed mostly against the group itself, right? Like it's like 80%, 90%, whatever it is. Most people that killing, she says it doesn't matter. It does matter. Who is mostly killing white people? White people are. So what she's saying is white people are getting the death penalty more than black people. And yet she's framed it in reverse. And she said, black people are, when they're killed, their killers do not get the death penalty. Again, why? Because they're going light. Because they're going light on them. How do you not see that?
a white person, you're more likely to get the death penalty than a black person.
Yes, and again, what color and what is it more likely to be? If you kill the white person, you're more likely to be white, significantly so, right? It's like 80% or something. It's like 90%. So what you're saying is the crime system gives white people the death penalty more than it gives black people the death penalty. Yes, we knew that. Yeah.
This is an interesting thing to think about.
It's not interesting. It's not interesting. It's give more people the death penalty. Yeah. Punish them harsher. Stop going.
This is about class bias.
No, that is a race bias. What are you talking about? That is a race bias.
That's built into our criminal justice system. We have a system that says if you get arrested and charged with a crime, but not convicted, innocent until proven guilty, many people are able to get out on bail. And your bail amount is tethered to, and bears some relationship to the.
How about stop murdering people, ma'am? I'm so sick of this, like, oh, blah, 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 bail, blah, 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 blah. How about, like you just pointed out, stop murdering people, okay?
Nature of the crime, sometimes you're not going to be released regardless because you're considered to be too dangerous. But
like murder?
Many people are released based on an amount of money, and the people who wait outside, their bail is set, and the people who wait outside of prison happen to be people who can come up with $500, and the people who wait inside of prison, even for minor
no, you don't have to come up
like
with $500. That's why there's bail bondsmen, ma'am.
Style or something like that.
Well, I guess maybe that's what she means by for the bail bonds. But even then, they'll work with you sometimes. I don't know.
Only couldn't come up with those small amounts. So we have a two-tiered system that we can say wasn't designed to hurt poor people. It wasn't designed to hurt people who are disproportionately poor who are black and Latino. But it has
there we go. Again, not talking about the fact that she pointed out, and she said, oh, regardless of race, the person that kills white people is going to get a death penalty. The person that kills black people is not. Yes, you're going easy on black murderers there, right? Correct?
It has the effect of saying you get to be out of jail depending on whether or not your parents or your boyfriend or your friend or whomever happens to have $500. And some people would say that's evidence that the system was poorly designed to really take into account the real life realities of the world. So yes, do I think that systems like that exist? Obviously they do.
Okay.
I'll let you react.
So is America systemically racist? No, we're the least racist nation ever to exist.
Well, those things aren't also mutually exclusive.
Both are true. We're not systemically racist.
There's another logical fallacy, Charlie.
Well, I'm saying two independent truths.
She just says logical fallacy. She said it twice now.
America's not systemically racist. Also, we're the least racist country ever to exist in the history of the world.
That's true.
Can you say two true things in a row?
It is true. That's true. It's true. Of course it's true that we're the least racist. However, we're moving back towards it. But of course we are. Of course we are.
I'm I'm not sure. I'd have to.
We were the melting pot that we were almost a success, okay? We were almost a success. You fucking communists ruined it, but we were almost a success as a melting pot.
Go back to Harvard, yeah.
Do you have
go
a
back
little
to
chip on your
Harvard,
shoulder
good
about
one.
Harvard there,
No, I'm in-
Charlie?
No, that's good, bro. He got her, and she got so sensitive there. You have a chip on your shoulder about Harvard?
Impressed because it's like
What's up, Ollie?
amazing.
So don't murder unless you're rich. Okay, noted. Well, yeah, right? Just don't murder. Like, she's acting like these parts of society are where, like, the fucked up parts happen. When it's like most people are not worried about that. Most people do not have to deal with bail. Most people don't have to deal with that in the first place. So it's not like these aren't where the cogs of the system go awry.
Contradiction. It's like we have to talk about systems of
What's the
oppression.
contradiction?
Your whole life. It's like you focus
Yeah,
on systemic
right?
racism, and yet you should be talking about empowerment and prosperity, and you should be talking about how awesome.
Look how mad she is, man. Look how mad she is.
This country is.
Have you heard
because
of
you went
Horatio
to
Alger?
Yeah,
Have
I
you
know
read
all
a
about
Dickensian
Horatio
story? Like,
Alger. I'm just saying though, like
the world is full of people,
the tone,
Charlie.
your whole political philosophy, I would think, would be one about gratitude and uplifting people, not about like identifying these mythological systems because of like some weird statistic. Because you say, well, someone who has the
Look at her face. He's got her, man. See, this is why I like. This is why I don't. In my view of Charlie Kirk is not just like he's religious or whatever, and I don't really like him. He was standing for truth, man. He was trying to tell people what was up.
death penalty.
He was pointing out communism. He was saying, "Hey, this is bullshit."
Like they kill a white victim versus a black victim, like that.
Well, Charlie,
That again ignores the race of the perpetrator. She acts like, oh, that doesn't matter. But if you think about it, what you're giving is an example. Okay, who's more likely? I know I went over this, but who's more likely to kill a white person? Well, a white person is. Who's more likely to kill a black person? A black person is. So what you're saying is, it's not regardless of skin color. It's not regardless of race. You're saying that black murderers are let off without the death penalty more often than white murderers. Right? That's what she said. Without saying it, she hid that detail in it. She hid it. Hid it in there, but and then she pretended like it's a problem, like it's white people getting an advantage. Ridiculous. What's up, me, Ray? If you're the least racist, why do so many people want to self-segregate? Well, because we have them together in the first place. Most places don't even have them together in the first place. And so many, it's not as many as you'd think, I don't think. I'm sure it seems like it's most people. But, and again, because communists have pushed race as a main issue in the attempted Cultural Revolution, right? Like, it's because it's a key point of the Cultural Revolution, whether or not it's true so much. But why do I say we are the least racist? Well, because we had, as a melting pot, the only countries that beat us in most things, and this is true to this day, are countries that are mono ethnicity, or one culture, or one group. The only countries that beat us at anything are mono nations, right? Or mono ethnicities, or whatever, or ethnic whatever. They're all one group of people with one shared beliefs, one group, one shared culture. Nobody that's mixed like us does as well as us.
It's not exactly what I would focus my political career on.
It's not what I focus my political career on, but you didn't ask me here to discuss what I focus my political career on. I would love to talk about class issues in America, but that's not the topic of this
No,
debate
I mean, I think
today.
that's actually more helpful and interesting. My whole thing on the race thing is it's a distraction against our real problems in our country. We're
Reconsidering life choices? I think so.
not a racist country. The
But then,
systems
Charlie,
aren't racist
why
to
did
their
you
core.
design this debate this way? Because we
No,
could,
because
we
I-
could be talking about
you know
all
why?
of those issues.
Because instead-
this is your.
Well,
I don't have this conversation
you're
on my
defending the position.
platforms.
So I let you talk a couple minutes uninterrupted. I would have loved to have done kind of like this cooperative eulogy of race politics in America. But you are saying that the systems are racist. And so I'm going to push back on that.
Well, you
So-
asked me if there was systemic racism. You didn't ask me
No, that's
if,
fine. I know
You
I
didn't
did.
ask me if there were opportunities in America for black people. You didn't ask me a single thing about how actually I had achieved what I've achieved in this country. You didn't ask me what I do love about America. You didn't ask me why I choose to live here even though I spent much of my life abroad elsewhere. You asked me questions to point
Oh, I'm so racist. I traveled the world. Shut up.
pointed to, you asked me
The
what
world's so racist, I traveled all over the place after going to Harvard. Oh, okay, cool.
what is my critique of America, so I gave it
Oh,
to you.
okay, that's
and if you
fine.
want to talk about all the beautiful things I love about springtime in Washington, D.C., I'm happy to
We'll,
talk
we
about
can
that
go a
as
level
well.
deeper, but there's just no evidence America has any form of systemic racism. Again, I'll leave it to you to prove the point.
Charlie,
Yes.
moving on to the next question.
Moving
How
on.
much does the two-parent household affect?
Bro. This could not. This is it. This is it. This is it, man. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Social disparities in America?
100%. That's it.
Quite a lot.
Everything. That is it. The family is it. The death of the family, the destruction of the family, the purposeful attack on mothers and fathers are why we are where we are. 100%.
I agree.
Okay. We agree.
Oh, that's-
I mean, I could go through some numbers, but yeah, I think
I
that's.
mean, it's obviously true, right?
It is
we live in a
obviously
country where
true.
No longer can people support themselves on a single income.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not why. What? That's not why mother and fathers aren't sticking together. They told me since I was a kid. I remember. Like, people act like you don't. I don't remember this. I was demoralized, and most people probably were, on even the concept of a relationship. They tell you everybody cheats, everybody gets divorced. As a kid, you're pelted with that shit, man. You're pelted with the idea that and if you have broken apart parents too, that doesn't help, right? But you're pelted with that shit, like rock after rock of, or dirt clod, I guess. It doesn't really hurt you, but you get me. Dirt clod after dirt clod of, they're gonna cheat on you. Women are all whores. They're gonna cheat on you, and nobody can actually stick together like that. That's a way of the past. It doesn't make sense anymore. Declining marriage rates, blah blah blah. Like they get it into your head that there is no fucking shot at a family for you. I mean, everybody, and so many people accept that. They're like, okay, I guess I won't have a family then. Or they make you hate humanity and are like, well, I don't want to bring kids into this world. It's evil, man. That's the evil part. That's the most fucked up part of the communists and what they do. And the school system and everything else. Without the school system, I would not have believed that. The thing is, like, there's so much evidence that we actually are pair bonding animals that thrive that way as families. That's how we thrive. We have since ancient times. And people go, oh, but have you heard this new idea we had that maybe families suck? Yeah, I heard the idea. I don't like it. I don't think it's true. I don't think you've proven it. Well, have you heard about having sex with anybody you want? Yeah, heard about that. And a bunch of losers that I don't respect do it. But show me one guy. Show me one, like, poly whatever guy that's respectable. Show me one poly whatever woman that's respectable. That's, like, worth looking up to. Show me one. They're all losers. So.
And every metric in the world you want to look at says that there's an advantage to having two parents in the household, not just for the income benefits, but for the social benefits of having that as well.
No, it's nothing to do with the fucking income
ask a question,
benefits,
though?
you nutso. Kids hate their parents, man, obviously.
And I don't mean this combative or adversarially, but like, just do you think that's a better indicator of outcomes in, let's just say, the black community than discrimination or racism?
Well, I think we should be asking ourselves
What does that say?
why there aren't more two-parent households in the black community. And if you look at what single parenthood is correlated to, one of the biggest correlations is to poverty. So you're 3 times less likely
Not just poverty, man. Mental illness, everything bad. Without two parents, your chances are worse, of course. And again, what we should tell people is, hey, yeah, life isn't perfect. Relationships are hard, but a family is something so much better than the state taking care of you that everyone should fight for that. Everyone should want a unit that is stronger than the state, that will take care of you, that will have your back. I don't know. Everyone should fight for that over anything else.
To get married if you are poor. And I know that you've talked about this in the
No,
past.
oh my
There's
God,
real,
you can't get married
a real
or
there
poor,
there
huh?
about the ways that how we structure social programs have really disincentivized people if your
welfare,
partner is a low-income earner from getting with that low-income earner. So we're talking about a bunch of people who are in poverty. The average a yearly income for someone who's earning a $7.50 minimum wage is something like in the teens, $15,000. It's under $20,000. And if you are receiving
minimum
an
wage is
average of
fake, by the way.
approximately $20,000 in social benefits, and that will be taken away because we designed our social system to say you only get these benefits if you remain single.
Well, I totally agree with that.
Of course, it's going to disincentivize certain kinds of behavior. Your answer is to say, let's get rid of the social benefits.
We've designed these systems, these state systems, to keep people down and tell them we're taking care of them. So yes, you should get rid of them. Yes, you should.
I mean,
my solution would be to
That's not
redesign
totally
the
true,
programs.
but-
So you don't penalize
Redesign.
people.
They're never going to work, man. The state has never pulled this off. The state has never pulled these kind of programs off. It's never happened in the history of mankind. And yet we're supposed to try it again. I know, communism again. It's never worked, man. The arrogance, the hubris to think it'll work this time. Why? Because you believe in it this time? They believed in it before too. They've always believed it's going to work.
From getting married and having an opportunity to grow their wealth and get off the ground and having a slightly higher threshold for
You know, it'd be way better to be able to grow your wealth. No taxes, ma'am. Stop being robbed by the state. How about that? How about you guys? How about the state fucks off and lets people actually make their own money and actually own their own things? How about that? You ever thought about that one?
those benefits.
No, I actually have.
Wait, so why are you leaving YouTube?
Newer view on this conservative view, where I think.
Well, it's mainly just in streaming. I'm just leaving for streaming. I'm not totally I'm not deleting the channel or anything. However, I might make a new one. I don't totally know yet. But I'm moving to Simps as my primary stream platform, which again, there's a referral link in the description if you want to come over there. You'll get free tokens, enough tokens to buy my room key. So there's no cost to you to try it out. It's a new idea. Lots of people don't get it, but I'm going to be spending more and more effort working on Simps, and so I have less and less reason to try and game the algorithm on YouTube that I can't seem to game anyways. Like I've been trying for over half a year now. I don't know, almost a year now. And I can't really seem to make it work. So why stay? But I'm gonna make videos, and I'm gonna make edited videos of the stream and put them on YouTube, because I think that'll do better than the stream does. And that's gonna be the plan. I'm rebooting the show. I'm sick of pursuing algorithms. I'm sick of trying to grow. I'm sick of all this shit, man. I just want to make a sick ass stream like I've always wanted to make, and I'm going to. And it starts soon on Simps. YouTube, there will be, if you want to watch the show, you don't have to sign up on Simps. There will be, it will be on YouTube. Edited version will be on YouTube too. The VODs will be kept on Gumroad. So if you want to, you'll have to sign up on Gumroad and pay $5 or whatever to watch the VODs. But they'll be all on there. The full VODs will be on there. So, heading for new and better things. The simp season.
Help
Of
people
Craigie
have
Reeds.
children in monogamous relationships, financially or otherwise. But
If
I
you
totally
know any
agree.
streamers that would like to go somewhere where it's no longer about the attention economy, you don't have to follow the algorithm, you can build something of quality, then consider checking out Sims.
I think you and I could talk about class a lot, and I would love to do that. But let me ask you a question. Do you think like the hyper focus of like race in our national conversation detracts from having that kind of class-based discussion?
I agree.
Sometimes.
I like how she kind of agrees on that, but like she's acting like she's reasonable, but you know she's not.
Is painfully superficial, and which focuses on the grievances of
That's the thing about the communists is they can pick on the other communists really brutally, and they do, of course. As long as it's not Simp City. Well, it's just called Simps. It's the name.
So what do you mean?
Simps.com.
I'm just curious. I'm not,
So,
like,
for example, during the campaign cycle, there was a real spurt of attention directed toward the issue of the maternal health gap. So, the maternal mortality gap in this country means that Black babies have really high mortality rates that are comparable, frankly.
Yeah, but
to some
why?
much
Is it not the infrastructure of where they live?
less developed countries?
Yes.
And
Like, why point that out and act like it's not like their confounding explanation
real
for that?
world, sure.
And people were concerned about that. And the story got highlighted in some part because Serena Williams had a very high-risk pregnancy and almost died. She was complaining about pain, and the doctors were ignoring her. And she ended up having, I think, some kind of deep vein thrombosis or some kind of blood clot, basically. I'm not a doctor. And she had some kind of blood clot that if she hadn't really been forceful about it and gotten it checked out, and if she weren't as powerful and rich and privileged
Oh
as
my
she
God,
is, she probably would have died like many
Right,
women in this country do die. Disproportionately Black women in this country do die. And it's a real problem, right? As a progressive, my focus is to say, what are the biggest determinants of an unequal health treatment in this country? A big one is
Where you live.
that we have a two-tiered system, and people who are on our poverty program, Medicaid, tend to not be seen as by high-quality doctors. They tend to be ignored.
Yeah, the
They tend to
state
move around a
sucks.
lot and not see
Agreed.
the same kind- the
So why
same
don't we get rid of the
physicians on a repeat
state
basis.
programs?
A lot of things that result
If
in
we're
them having
paying for
lower
this.
standards of care. And my solution would be to say, well, I would love to sit here and give doctors diversity training and magically convince them to not be racist and pay more attention to Serena Williams or whatever. I don't really
It's clear the money involved, man. It's because the state sucks at dealing with the money involved, and so they get shittier treatment. It has nothing to do with racism.
see that happening, and I don't really see that as the government's role. What we can do is make sure that everybody has a universal, same healthcare system, so that doctors aren't
No, we can't do that. We've never done. No one's ever done that. No one's ever made that a thing.
treating
Yeah,
poor patients
okay.
worse off. But the thing about Serena Williams is to say,
How do you do that? Who's done that?
there are the kinds of issues that get talked about in national attention are those race issues that affect affluent Black people. So in addition,
You can't
to
just
everybody
raise-
else,
like,
but affluent Black people. So what you get
You can't
is
just
a
raise
kind of,
people up in the system without causing other effects in the system. And again, obviously the problem is the state planning. Get the state out of involvement, period.
elite race discourse that's all about, oh, can you touch my hair, and whether or not diversity and inclusion should exist in my law firm, and all of this kind of stuff, which isn't necessarily irrelevant, but it is.
And she's saying you should do
enormously
that.
beside the
So
point to the overwhelming
I think
majority of Americans.
I'll decide to generally agree. I'll say it's largely irrelevant, but I'll agree that it should be de-emphasized. So, like, name a couple things you think that need to be, like, what are non-elite Blacks experiencing that are not being talked about by
Yeah.
the
Good
top
question.
tiers of the left?
Well, if
Good
you ask
question.
them, if you look at polls on what they prioritize
Crime.
during, let's say, a presidential cycle, it's always the same things that white people are prioritizing. It's education, healthcare,
Oh
crime.
my God, education. You poor motherfuckers, man. The state schooling is not what you want. Get that out of your mouth. Get that out of your mind. Read books, man. There's tons of things backing this up. What's the biggest indicator on someone's success? Do you know on a child's success? It's the vocabulary used in their household. Like if their parents have an advanced vocabulary, they have a lot, then their children have a very high chance of succeeding in school. Why is that? Because they learn more at home.
All of the, affordable
It's
housing.
obvious.
It's the same stuff, which is why it's so frustrating when you work like I did for a candidate like Bernie Sanders that has a progressive platform that's meaningfully geared
The
to
answer
addressing all of
is
those concerns.
figuring it out so only one parent needs to work. Cutting taxes could help with that a lot. Figuring out so one parent needs to work so you don't need public school. And then America would be doing so much better off, man, if we just figure that out. We figure out how to lower taxes enough that you don't need two incomes, and then somebody can stay home. I'm not even saying the wife. I'm not even saying the mother. I'm saying somebody stays home, and the other person works. Probably most often, of course, will be the mother. But, other situations exist sometimes, is whatever reason, right? So I'm not saying like it has to be one way or the other. But that's what we should focus on, right? Making it so things are low enough that one person can work, the other person can raise their kids, and they will do a way better job than public school could ever dream of. And we all know it, and for some reason we just go like, oh, but they can't afford it. Why is that not the issue we focus on? Why is it if we actually give a shit, why is that not the issue we focus on then, man? Why is that not, we say, instead of saying, oh, we can't do that, it's impossible, we say, how do we do it? How do we get it so only one parent has to work, and the other parent can educate their children? How do we do that? Why is that not our primary goal more than anything else? Instead of getting education to them, getting the Band-Aid to more people, actually fix the problem. Families. Focus on families, work hard for a family, and then figure out how to make it so one income can cover it, man. What are we doing wrong there? Why is that not true anymore? Why are we just act like, oh, it's just getting worse and there's nothing we can do about it? No, fix that. That's the one issue we should fix. We'll fix the whole country if we do that.
And then you have the liberal chatter in class saying, oh, it's somehow racist because it's not a specifically targeted racist policy. Now, there are some things that exist in the world that I think are explicitly racist in nature. Certain very specific kinds of discrimination. I'd say redressing, redlining is an instance. I've heard you talk before compassionately about what happened to Japanese people during internment, and I think it was right and proper to offer them reparations as a consequence. That has never obviously happened in the context of Black Americans.
Not totally.
But that stuff aside, I think when we have such an intense class disparity in this country, when you have productivity going up enormously from the times in the 1950s and 60s where we got a much...
I don't know if productivity actually is up. I think a lot of jobs are fake, so I don't know if productivity really is up.
High. When you have back in the 50s and 60s, the average worker earning 1 to 30, having a 1 to 30 ratio between them and CEO pay, and today it being 1 to 300 plus. Sure, yeah. We have a problem there because it's not that Americans are getting lazy. Americans are more productive than ever and working harder than ever, pulling more shifts, and we even have everybody in the workforce now. As we said, people can't afford to have a parent staying at home. And even with all of that, people can't afford the basic kinds of emergencies.
Why is that not the goal instead of education and all this other shit? Why is it always the Band-Aids that people talk about strengthening instead of like the actual problem? We know the problem is one person can't stay at home. So why don't we care about fixing that? Why is it instead fix their education? No, fix that, man.
Yeah, so just a quick correction. We did do a reparation program after Civil War. It was like 19 million acres given to Black Americans, like the size of South Carolina. But I'm actually more interested in what we could substantively dive in here. Like, I agree. I'm tired of talking about race all the time. I really am. I'll be honest.
And what interests you about it?
It interests that someone could defend something so fervently that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And look to again, like a mythological narrative.
Why does it matter? On some level, are you feeding into the kind of superficial conversation
you
about
agree,
race?
it's everywhere. It's in corporations, it's in the military, the CRT is in the classrooms, it's in colleges. So we have to kind of I would like to build a consensus that this overemphasis on these things is wrong.
Well, my approach, when I see people talking about something in a way that seems to be bolstering clicks or like a political narrative, I simply use my platform to redirect and talk about things that are...
Again, that's why I'm leaving YouTube. The attention economy is evil, I think. I think the attention economy is pretty evil. All right, we will be done watching this though. I think, like I said, I think Charlie Kirk was definitely trying to have the right conversations for the most part. Get people to talk about good things. That's too bad. Too bad, man. The people, there's now war on, in my opinion, on people that speak the truth. It sure seems true. It seems true. Let me put a song on for a second, and then I'm gonna set up Jinguji. But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see. Put this, set this over there. No, this is fine. Put it here. There you go. I'll be right back. I gotta check a couple of things. I got Killdozer a referral link, so that's pretty cool. They were happy about that. Bro, am I not killing my job I don't even have yet? Bro, I'm doing pretty good. I was supposed to have an interview with Pablo, but he stood me up yesterday or today-ish. I don't know. I'll get back in contact with him. Bangleaf 2, I don't know if he doesn't want to do it today or not. Nobody ever... It's not about streamers, bro. They're hard to nail down to actually do things with. It sure seems like it. Like the one collab I've done for real was what, Leafy, and we had to like wait until she showed up to start it. Like I just did something else until she showed up. I gotta start. Maybe that's the thing though. Maybe it's like, okay, come by sometime and we'll start it up whenever you show up. You know, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what I should be doing. It's just how streamers are, I guess. I think let's play some of these goofy Jingujus. Why not? Play some of these goofy Jingujus. I was talking to some other YouTuber. Speaking of networking, I was talking to let's say his name. He's learning Japanese apparently. Something sleep. When you sleep, whatever before you sleep, something like this. I forget what his name is. Something sleep, something. What's his name? I'm scrolling through Twitter looking for his name. I don't know what it is. Think Before You Sleep, is that it? Is that the guy's name? I think so. Think Before You Sleep. The left don't understand. The shooter's motives don't even matter that much anymore. What matters is that we all sell their mask jobs and reveal them for the evil murder party that they are. That's true. That's true. That's true. Nobody's what changed everything. That is what it is now. That's true. Sony confirms Sucker Punch developer. Oh, made a joke now. The joke now. Somebody confirmed Sucker Punch developer posted a joke about the Charlie Kirk assassination is no longer the sea. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. I'm trying to find my emulator. Is there anything else you guys like to see? Anybody who's here? Just thinking Jaguji. But that was all I really had. I did want to watch that Charlie Kirk thing though. I thought it was interesting. Because I just want to make the point that it's not like the main thing he was talking about was religious stuff or anything like this. As people, like, he wasn't primarily talking about religion or anything. Hey Riot, what's up? I'm Garfield today. Bye bye, Tread Conspiracy Nut. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? We'll be learning to construct a rational grammatical sentence one day. I'm a translator, bro. I construct rational sentences all the time. It's my job. Why are you talking to me like that? Who do you think you are? You nuts. I'm the nut? I've never even met you. I don't even know who you are. This guy, do you? I don't. I have no idea what he's talking about. But again, I get paid for writing, so... Oh no. The retards, like... They don't understand anything, right? They're always wrong on everything. Oh, you can't even construct a grammatical sentence. And look at what he wrote here. You look. Why is this a comma instead of a period, bro? Retard. Bro. Bye bye, Chud Conspiracy, not comma. There should be a period, retard. Could you imagine getting away with that? Like a real profession where you have to write? No. But of course, couldn't get by a place you had to actually write, right? Is weird of a channel, you think? Let's see. No, of course not. Goodbye, I guess. Whoever you are, why would I care? Here's the thing too, right? Like, people don't get, if you have no presence in who you are, then how are you gonna have any impact when you say things like that? What's up, Pee-wee? Let's talk about this Steven guy. The fuck you typing shit like this at me for? Bye bye, Chud conspiracy nut. Again, look at this. He goes, hope you learn to construct a rational grammatical sentence one day. Puts a comma after bye bye, Chud conspiracy now, which of course, if you were using proper grammar, would be the end of the sentence. And there would be a comma. Hope you learn to construct a rational comma grammatical sentence one day. There should be a comma between rational and grammatical. Obviously. Retard. Two fucking obvious mistakes in his sentence that he couldn't fix, right? He doesn't even know they're there. He thinks it's right to just use run-on nonsense. Comma, comma, comma. It's a sentence. Your first one's a sentence. Retard. Duh. Duh. And why would that do something to me? Like, except make me feel more right. Something make me feel more right. No time for that. Listen to the initial D sound chime out. Well, I'm happy right now. But it's always these weak losers that take a pot shot and then run away. Right? They can't even like stand by their thing. They have to take a pot shot because they're little weak cowards. Right? They throw some random stone. Little weak cowards. Can't even say it. Like, I'm not banning anyone. They can't stand on principle to say a thing. They just run. A little pot shot run into the night. We're gonna play Junguji Sabra. Monoglot retards always have a big opinion about how smart they are. Try to learn a second language, man. See how smart you feel then. See how smart you feel then. See how, like, how much that hubris holds when you have to learn a second language and actually humble yourself for once in your stupid life. Good luck. Yeah, right. Could you imagine any of these midwits, like, actually learning a second language? Could you imagine it? No, right? Okay. Listen, hug them, be happy. Pee in their butt is love. It's love. I don't have anything to do with their butt, personally. I just don't get it. Like, why are they so evil and filled with vitriol like that? Like, when they in their head they think they're the good guy, right? They're like, they call me a chud. Whatever, who cares? I'm like, well, okay. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? All they do is make me feel like more justified in my stance and my views. They make me stronger, man. They make me feel stronger. They make me feel powerful. I'm sure that's not what they want to do, right? They make me feel powerful. They make me feel unrestrained, like I should embrace my dark side, and, you know? They make me feel powerful. They make me feel like, obviously I'm right, because the people that disagree with me are so weak, they can't even actually stand up for themselves. So of course I feel justified, I feel powerful, I feel stronger than they could ever be, don't I? And if anything, I try to point out, like, bro, don't do this to me. Don't make me feel like I'm powerful. Don't help me get stronger. But they do. They do. They make me stronger. Dark side of the craggy, I'm telling you, these people make me stronger, man. Because, like, if my opponents are these weak losers that throw a thing in the night and hide, like, behind a mask, like Antifa or whatever thing, then why would I not gain strength from that? Why would I not feel correct? Why would I not feel emboldened? Why would I not feel righteous and just? I do. I used to warn against it though, like, come on man, don't give me this power, but I'm just gonna enjoy it now. Why not? Once the song's over, we'll start playing. Why not just enjoy it? Why not embrace the power? Why not? I think I am going to. The fact that I have enemies that hate me for saying just the most bland, normal shit, it makes me feel like I need to speak louder, right? I need to speak more. I need to speak louder. I need to speak more. I need to speak about more. Fucking losers. Just keep powering me, man. Alright, is this almost over? No? Yes, that song's over, yeah. Okay, I fucked this up. I'm supposed to unpause it. Here we go. Dark Side, Cracky Reads, J.B. Garfield. Reading obscure Japanese detective games, which is what I love to do. Okay? They've given me more power from my obscure Japanese games. What did I miss? Not much. I'm just turning evil, bro. I'm embracing, well, not evil. If anything, I think I've turned good. I'm embracing my true nature as somebody that feeds off the weak and gains strength from that. My true nature. I'm embracing it now. Alright, check it out. These are the goofy ones. We've never really played one of these before. They look kind of fun, so I think we should. Look like they could be funny. You got Yoko, you got Kuma, and these aren't real, of course. These don't really happen. These are goofy ones. Cute, sure. I'm illuminated. Let's save real quick. Click the Kuma face and save. Oh good, I like water sports. Oh, I'm being tricked. No, you're not being tricked, Riot. How are you being tricked? How are you being tricked, Riot? To enjoy a good thing? Because, what a trick. Oh, you're being tricked. I'm illuminated by the sun. A hot day. A day like this is just under a burning day like this is a great time to smoke. Yeah? My name is Guji Savaro, detective. And that's a name people know well in Shinjuku and Kabuki-cho. I have an office there. Boss? Huh? I can hear Yoko's voice somewhere. She's, of course, my only employee. Only person that works in my detective agency. She knows English. She knows Chinese. What's the second one is like a language that's... The kanji means like individual. Like an individual language. But clearly it refers to something. One sec. What language is that? Yoko? Yoko, can you help me with the Yoko? Monologue? What? She's a master of monologue of silicon. Oh, German. Oh, German. German. Thank you, Yoko. German. Answer's German. You're really just playing a scary... No, it's not a scary game, I promise. It's a little goofy game. You're not being tricked. It's not... I'm serious. It's not a scary game. She knows a number of languages. She's a genius with languages. Misono Yoko. Not only that, but she keeps the office clean. She's amazing at that. She has logic. She's not too bad in logic or helping with investigation either. She supports me in all things. I couldn't get by without her. Boss? Get it together, boss. Sorry, I was just thinking. Thinking? We don't have time for that. Look, we're lost. We don't know where we are now, boss. What nice weather. Stop it! You'll go. Currently, we're heading to a ryokan out in the mountains. We just, we had managed to solve a case for the guy that runs the thing earlier, runs the ryokan before, and as thanks, he offered to invite us out. It's known nearby as an easy place to understand. I mean, an easy location to get to. So, we didn't look into it, we just headed out there. What, are we lost? And as you can see, we're lost. Boss, it's your fault. You understand that? You said, it'll be fine. We don't need a map. Just go. Sorry. Have we seen a single person? No. I don't want to die out here, starving. Listen, I think you're overreacting a little bit. It's not that big of a mountain. Yeah, okay, great, but who got us lost by the mountain? Sorry. Well, what are we supposed to do now, boss? I'm thinking. Hold on, give me a minute. We'll decide quicker. Come on, boss. Where should we go? I mean, because it looks like I might love it. It's just well, here's what it is. It's just kind of like a little goofy. It's like Jinguji, right? But it's like a little goofy one. There might be a murder or something, right? But it's gonna be like this. Like, I don't know what the actual mystery is gonna be. It could be a goofy murder or something. It could be. Crap. What are we supposed to do? Yeah. Huh? Oh, they're both shocked.
This is get big mama machine.
What's going on? That voice. I can smell something. I can smell an incident. We're saved! It's a person! Come on, boss, quick! Wait, hold on. Uh-huh. Whoa! Okay, uh-huh. He's running, pulling us along. Yoko, stop! I'm scraping my head! Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. I like this. Okay. Uh-huh. 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 Help my head! She's dragging us along. Uh-huh. Whoa! Uh-huh. Boss, there's a building! Mm-hmm. Boss? Are you okay? Did you bite your tongue? You okay? Come on, let's go. Excuse me. Excuse me, we got lost. We'd like to know where to go. We need directions. Yoko? Can you wait a second? 1 second, Yoko? Huh? Boss, you're awake? Yeah, I guess. We heard somebody screaming a second ago, didn't we? Why? What was that? We asked our questions to the lady right in front of us. Did something happen? Who are you guys? Well, I'm Jinguji Savaro. I'm a detective. And this is my assistant, Misono Yoko. Nice to meet you. So, did something happen? The Lord in the study. Who the hell are these guys? They're apparently private detectives. Jinguji? Yoko, Misono. Why are detectives here? Whatever. Perfect. Come on, come with me. We follow along with them to the door that's open in the back. He takes us through it, and there's two people that can't seem to calm down, a man and a woman. So we go in the room, and what do we find? What is that? Is that a dev person? You leaving YouTube? Well, then, well, yeah. I'll stop back home. Homie, I'm still drunk and I want to watch initial. Yeah, enjoy it, PB. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Does anyone want hash browns? You want to talk about the YouTube thing? Okay, as a stream, I'm leaving YouTube, yes. I don't know what I'm going to do with the channel, if I'm going to post. I know I'm going to post. I'm moving to Sims. Yeah, the mainstream, yes. And then I'm going to post the videos to YouTube, like edited down, and then Super Robot Day I will still be doing on YouTube. But in general, I'm leaving. Yeah, in general, I'm leaving. Look, and this is a good reason why. Look at this fucking weirdo here, this Steven S guy. Oh, here. And it captured chat. You want to see a good reason why? Let's see. Right here. Wait, how come it's not popping up? Pop up. That doesn't pop up. Well, chat doesn't pop up. One sec. It put the where's chat? Chat doesn't pop up. Oh no, I have that. I have the tracking thing. Maybe it's turned off or something. Give me a second. Let me see. Last window. There's screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm effectively leaving YouTube. I'm still going to. Also, I say like you guys can come with me on the thing, and yet I get this weird, and I get these fucking deranged freaks in my chat. Where? Fuck. Did I turn the whole thing off? Maybe? It looks like it. It looks like I maybe did. Okay, if I turn this on, is it back on? No, guess that's not it. I don't know what that. Oh, these are. What did I do with the chat? I don't chat in this one anymore. Didn't client. Okay, anyways, I'm pasting in chat. I'm just gonna copy and paste what he said. I give up. This guy. This is the kind of shit I get over here, bro. Why stay around for this? For free, right? Like, torture myself to try to win over these fucking weirdo freaks, you know? When I already have, like, I have people that want to watch the stream. Why the fuck would I do it here? Trying to appeal to, like, the lowest common retard denominator. You know? Why? Why do that to myself? Okay. Why do that to myself? Why deal with stupid communist retards when I don't have to? You know? Like, there's no reason to do that to myself. So, I won't. I won't do it anymore. I don't subject myself to the weirdo parasocial freaks like Tigio Sam. Don't submit myself to weird communist losers that throw rocks at me for no reason. Instead, go where I'm respected and I'm liked, and people want to hear from me and stuff, you know. Instead of I don't know, man. YouTube's been pretty shitty the whole time, pretty much. Like, I've got person after person like that, and like people say, "Oh, your AI art sucks," yada yada. And most of the people that follow me heard from word of mouth. Most people come from somewhere else. So I don't see what advantage I have to stay on YouTube. I don't see what point there is for me to be here. I like all my stream. Let's see what the point is. Why would I be here? What do I have to gain on YouTube? I thought it was like an ocean and I could grow in it and yada yada, but I don't get put in the algorithm at all. And the only way I could is if I start playing the attention game and be a corpo. But Wex, you know me, man. I view like playing that game, the attention market game, as defeat. You know, like as being a corporate stooge. Like everybody, to me, everybody that's like playing the YouTube game of like trying to do the algorithm, like whatever the current thing is, like Charlie Kirk for now, for example, right? Put in their title and stuff. They're cogs in a corporate machine, aren't they? In the attention machine, and that attention machine is what led to like Charlie Kirk's death and stuff, right? Like shit like that happens because we've outsourced everything to this attention monger machine. So I don't really want to be part of it anymore. I don't really want to do anything to do with it. And if you could say, well, okay, but you're not really going to grow. That's fine. I'll make my stream the way I want to make it, and people can come watch it if they want. There. And that's it. Cause like, I don't know, man. All these systems are evil. All this shit's evil. Fair enough. See you on Suro Day. Sure. We're still doing enough YouTube streams until I'm done with White Witch. So next week will probably still be on YouTube. But in general, I want people to know I am leaving, and I was right when I left. I was right when I left Twitch. I was right to leave Kick. I think I'm right to leave YouTube. Right? I don't know. Seems right. Feels right. Seems right. Feels right. And again, what do I lose out on? Some weird random communist that being mean to me? Like, I get enough of that in my life over the past 5 years or something. You know, I've had like hundreds, if not thousands, of people rude to me that never met me, that don't know me. What's the point? Why put up with it anymore? I don't wanna. So I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm gonna make an awesome stream. Most people are gonna miss. That's fine. Fine with me, man, because people that see it are gonna like it a lot. I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this thing. Like every stream I'm gonna make the best it's ever been. And I think that's gonna have value. So anyway, that starts soon. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly. It is sad to mourn something like, well, of course, you know, Charlie Kirk died, but I mean like something ending. It is sad maybe, but you gotta things have to die for something new to grow, right? There's a circle of life. My YouTube, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the channel and post videos to this one or start a new one. I thank everyone that that's had my back and stuff, of course. But YouTube, it kind of blows. I don't know, for streaming, it kind of blows. I'm translating Japanese for people, right? Like I'm doing something I think has some value to it. I think so. I try my best to do that, to make it a value. And nobody finds it a value on YouTube, so goodbye to YouTube. I'll move to people do think it's a value. And I don't know, man. If you're a streamer, definitely consider Simps because it's a way better deal than you're ever gonna get in the attention economy. Being a corporate little follower stooge, or just be a corporate stooge the rest of your life. It doesn't matter. You'll be fine that way, right? Nothing will hurt you. You'll be just fine that way. You don't have to worry about anything. Besides the collapse of society and everything, but you don't gotta worry about nothing. Stooges are just fine. In the room, we have a man falling on a desk. What happened? As we get close, somebody calls out to us. Hey, are you okay? No response. Oh, we call out to him. Are you okay? No way. I try to check his pulse on his neck. Nope. No pulse. Yep, he's dead. But this is boss? Yeah. On the ground, she lets me know that there's a syringe on the ground. Syringe, huh? I check to make sure there's nothing else there. And then oh, we look for I think that's needle marks. We find them. I think that's like it's needle wound, needle scar. We look for needle marks. There it is. No doubt about it. This is a murder. This is a murder scene. There's a crime scene. Call the cops. Hours later. Now that the cops have investigated the scene, we've started to. Now the cops are here, and now we're going to officially try to help with the investigation. Shock? It is shocking. The guy's dead, I guess, huh? Whoever he was. This is a school. This is a school. This is a... Yeah, this is a little school. Huh. It says it's a well-known civilian school. What's a civilian school? What does that mean? Yoko? What does civilian school mean? Huh? Okay. It's a folklorist? I knew that already, didn't I? Okay, it's a folklorist. Huh. Shock. A folklorist. That is shock. It's a famous folklorist. There you go. What? What now? Folklorist. Okay. The victim was a famous folklorist. What was his name? Nasukawa something? Let me open the OCR thing real quick so I can try to get names. He's a folklorist. What's a folklorist? Someone that studies folklore. Now, Japan, I think it's more of an area of study than it is anywhere else in the world, probably, because of their overwhelming abundance of folklore, I would think. Right? There's a bunch of it. So, you know. What's his name? Sugawa? Sugawa's pretty good. What's his first name? Didn't get the name, but it's a name, bro. What is it? Teru Akashi? Akira? Oh, that's just the first. That's just the one part. Though. They don't have it as a name together. Oh no, that's duh. That's she. Shit, that's not. That's just his name. So his name is Akira or something. Yeah. Okay. Akira Sukawa. famous folklorist, supposedly. He lives out here. What the fuck? He lives out here. Is he sick or something? Hey Wax, are you hey Zoop, the expert, comic book expert, yeah. Comic book expert, yes. Is that rice brawn? Well, what is this thing here? I think I saw the last few minutes of this year's Do You Guys Eat It? I think we are the only Middle East country in Eurovision. Maybe Turkey. Is that true? I don't know, bro. I don't watch Eurovision. That's where they sing a song or something, right? They sing a song and then something along those lines. Okay. Now he'd come here because he got sick, so he'd come back here to rest and recuperate. But he's not recuperating very well. He's dead. That's what it says. And the first person to find him was his wife. Ah, I see. His wife, Sukawa Koeki, maybe? Sakia. And then she was worried about him not coming out of study, so she checked. And then when she went inside, she found him already dead. She found him as he was. According to the investigation, the cause of death was poisoning. He was poisoned. It was in the needle. Yeah. There was poison in that needle. We know that they directly had inserted it and poisoned him. They gave him a shot and poisoned him. Cry followers, we welcome to my Appalachian land, but only Cry followers. Nice. Heck yeah. That sounds cool. Nice, Sam. That sounds very cool. I've wanted to check out Appalachia. Ever since I saw, like, there was that one guy that what was his name, Peter or whatever, and he did that video there. And I thought it looked really nice. Seemed like a nice place. I'm from the desert, so I've never seen such a place, but I've heard tales. It'll be like the Land Before Time, right? I'll follow a leaf, I'll water on a leaf to the promised land. I think that put Russia out. I think in the past less political. Did they kick them out because of that? It was always political, it seems. Is it really? Last 2 years was too political with us in it. Oh really? Okay. When did that was Russia normally in it? I don't know nothing about that. Oh, it was supposed to be insulin. He got insulin shots. Oh, so he has diabetes. This is diabetes. He's diabetic. I didn't know what this phrase was here. The OCR thing couldn't find it. This is diabetes, though, isn't it? He's diabetic. Okay. That's why he got insulin. Let me go in reverse. Diabetic. Yeah. This is it. I found it. Yes. Look. Here you go. Diabetic. It's diabetes. Can you put in the diabetes thing? Thank you. There you go. See, it's the same phrase. Tonio bio. Diabetes. Sugar diabetes. Right, as opposed to your, like, type 1, type 2, right? It just means the one you get. He was diabetic. Thank you, Yoga. He was diabetic. Okay. So our clues so far are what? He was diabetic. Did somebody put poison in his insulin shot? That's why he had the syringes. Yeah, sure. They also analyzed his stomach contents. Okay, and they found They found sleeping drugs, some kind of a drug to make him sleep. Sleeping drug. There was a sleep-inducing drug found in his stomach. And then while he was asleep, they poisoned him. That's what it seems like. Now let's check out the crime scene now. On the desk, we have it laid out over the desk. What's up with the ink and the coffee and stuff? TS. Is this Clue? Is this TS thing a clue? He wrote TS with ink. Oh. Invading another European country goes against the general spirit of the Eurovision, I think. Yeah, but that's not my question, was it? When did they stop being in it? When were they in it? Before Ukraine war, we're in it. Okay. I don't know. You guys, here's my thing. Why are you guys ripping us off and pretending like Europe is some united thing? We did that. The United States did that. We pulled it off. You guys can't do it. You should stop trying. Stop pretending to be like us. You guys don't have that kind of shared anything to build something. Not really. I don't think so. I don't think you guys can do it. I think you guys should stop copying us. Dying. This is dying message. You see. Dying message. And we think that the sleeping drug was in the coffee. Oh, they found it in the coffee. Sorry, we stole that idea. I know. It doesn't work though, right? You guys aren't pulling it off. You guys haven't pulled it off nearly as well as we did. Like, people are complaining about, everyone's complaining about refugees or something. You guys haven't even landed it. But, however, whatever conspiracy groups are pushing everyone, they're the ones that really fucked up. Because they thought that was going to work out, didn't they? And they involved, and we of course got involved too. Which is proof that we're controlled by the same whatever fucking globalist interests that people talk about. True. It's pretty much, there's pretty evidence there. By the way, we got involved in Ukraine when it was a money laundering thing. The thing about Ukraine is how corrupt the place was. And it's like, it doesn't mean people should die. No, of course not. But it made it so it's a lot harder to get like world support backing it. So when like you look into it, and then when you look into it, you're accused of like being like people get all mad and like just act like you should just shut up. And that's why like I pulled out any interest in the thing, because anytime I talked about it or asked what's up with all this corruption, I just stopped talking about it. And you know, it's like, well, good luck. Good luck. I hope America never tries to go, like, put some serious backing there, because I'm not backing it. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Your vision isn't a European Union thing, predates that. Well, I just mean like the idea that you guys are one united group, because that's what you're saying, right? But I guess it would depend on where you put the borders, right, of what you thought of as Europe. Maybe could make it work. But it depends where you put the borders, I think. I don't know. In general, I'm just saying Europe does not seem like you guys as countries agree on anything. Like Germany has it doesn't seem like you have the backing. It doesn't seem like Europe knows what the fuck it's doing, bro. All those countries seem like they're doing all kinds of random shit. France has all these issues. I don't know, bro. it seems like the best interest for everyone would be less thinking about everybody else and like more focused on their own economies, their own people. Seems like everywhere would do better to do that. Yeah, but looking at the US right now, we have it pretty good. I don't know, man. I don't know. The US is in trouble in a lot of ways. But I think we've got a lot of good people. Like there's still there's still a thread of something like an American dream or American principles or something like this that we can fall back to and that people will use as a rallying thing. So I don't know. It is going to be rough though. But there is something we can fall back to though, like our founding fathers' principles. I would think a lot of us will. I think because like what else are you gonna do? You can't listen to modern shit. But the founding principles are pretty much the only thing worth listening to now. Like a holiday, even during the war. It seems they think he is the Messiah or something. Which person? I tell them a group of religious Jewish sect or group goes once a year to some rabbi grave. Huh, interesting. You guys will rise from the ashes? I think so. I think so, definitely. It's gonna be weird. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen though. Like Zoop said earlier, he doesn't think there's gonna be a civil war. I don't either. But I don't know what it is gonna be. Like there's definitely gonna be serious reassessing of priorities, like at personal level, bigger levels, everywhere for everyone. I think. I don't know where the world's gonna be in a couple weeks or months or years even. I don't know. Maybe it's Anglo-Saxon culture. Some things are only an England-speaking country in New Zealand. Yeah, that's true. Sure. It's true. I don't know. Okay, so we can see what we think of as the syringe the culprit used dropped on the floor. You guys following this investigation so far? Some weird old guy that had diabetes is dead apparently. What did he write? TP? He'll tell us again, I think. It seemed like it wasn't a problem if anybody noticed it, so they just threw it. Now, who are the suspects? First, we gather all 4 people that live here. First, you have his wife, first person that found the body. That's his wife. She's sad about it. Makes sense. Clearly sad, right? We see sadness there. Clear sadness there. Next to doubt. Clear sadness there. His wife. What is her name? One sec. Bro, my skin's been bugging me like crazy recently. I got. Really do need a steroid, I think. Sakia, or Yukia. Sakia. We'll just go with Sake. That's the first one. Okay, that's the wife. We found the body first. It doesn't seem like they had, it seems like things weren't good between them recently. Next, we have the new maid. Just got hired. Was hired by... hired by him. What's her name? Sasaki something. Akiko. It seems like might have also been his lover. And then we have So he was cheating on his wife with this lady, with his maid, with his new maid. Well, that's very suspicious. Did the wife kill him then? And then we have his younger brother, Kazuo. His younger brother, Kazuo. Ah, so that's who that guy is. That was his younger brother. Huh. Was half joking about New Zealand. Yeah, I don't know. I think New Zealand will probably take over the world, yeah. With their sheep or whatever they got. Sure. They might. It's a very big concern, I think. He doesn't have a job and he just loafs about. He had come here to ask to borrow money. Right. Okay. It's been 3 years since he had seen his brother. Well, I don't think he killed him. And finally, we have his good friend here. Dewey, this is his good friend, I see. Watanabe. Watanabe. Mr. Watanabe. Mr. Watanabe. He doesn't like visiting sick people, but he like visiting. There's a phrase for visiting people that are sick. It's right there. It's mimai. You'll go? Let me show you guys. It means like when you go to see somebody in the hospital. There's a phrase for it in Japanese because it's such a common, you know, it's a thing. The kanji means see, and then like dance or play or something like that. But it's, yeah, it's a specific phrase. It means mimai. I mean, sorry, it's mimai is how you read it. Yoko, would you mind reading that? Yoko?
Mimai.
Thank you. Like it says also expression of sympathy, right? Like paying your condolences or anything like that. Like if you stop by and paid your condolences, it'd be the same kind of thing. There you go. Makes sense. What does chud even mean and why am I one? What does it even mean? What even am I? Am I a chud? What even is that? Why am I a chud? Why do random weirdos call me up? Instead of like fascist now, why am I a chud now? I know what it means. It means from the movie. It's a reference to the movie. But why do they think it's like a burn? Or like... I'm just thinking still, like why would you say that to someone? And why would you... how would that hurt someone's feelings? Or mean something to them? Is it just like because the rest of them do it, they think like it's good, like they think it works, even though they've never like checked if it worked? Like, haha. Don't you think saying retard is way worse? Fuck, I need to put lotion. I'll be right back. Do you guys think retard's worse? Or feels worse? I would call retarded's worse than that, I think. Than a chud? I don't even know what that is. But retard, I was like, fuck, man. I'm not a retard. Well, maybe. Might be. Maybe I am. I don't know. Okay, came to see his friend, even though he hates doing it. These are the 4 suspects we've got. And we have the cops have ruled that it doesn't seem to be a third party outside of those. So, it's almost certainly one of these four. Who did it, do you guys think? Let's begin our investigation. Well, what do we do? Guys, who do you think did... Why is it doing that? Who do you think did it? We can look at the crime scene. We can ask questioning. We can remember. We can reason. Also, you need to chill out. Hold on. Stop doing that. Why is it doing that? Input. Hold on. No, not virtual joystick. That's not a thing. Stop that. Fixed it. There you go. Let's look at the crime scene. Look at the syringe. It was the syringe used for the poison. It was thrown away on the ground. Sure. Kohi cup. Think the sleeping drug was put into the coffee there. Ink. Look at the ink. He wrote TS with the ink. And the ink is spilled out over the table. Why is it though? Then we got TS. Dying messagey. Okay. TS. What does TS mean? What do you think TS stands for? Huh. Could be somebody's initials. Only one of the initials, only one of the suspects has those initials. You think? What are their initials? Go back. Alright, let's start asking questions. Let's ask the wife. Talk to her. What's your deal, ma'am? About what? Ask her what she saw. Well, I went to the studio. It was 4, I think. And I went to see because my husband has diabetes, so I went to check up on him. And when I did, well, he was like that. Alright, ask about him. Oh wait, that's not him. Yeah, that's him. He was a quiet man. But still, I loved him. But recently, we've been fighting over the most trivial things. And apparently, he loves that person. The girl, the maid. The maid, you mean? Who's the maid? This girl? Here? She brought him the coffee. The maid brought him the coffee? Every day at 3, she would bring him coffee. What's her schedule? Okay. Ask about who's this? The maid? I already asked about the maid. This is, oh, this is his younger brother. He hasn't been here for a long time. I'm sure he's in trouble with money. To be honest, he's kind of a hassle. Right, his younger brother. Okay, and ask about the bald guy? They're old friends. I've met him a number of times now. Okay. He was here the whole time, outside of going to the bathroom once. What is that about, though? You went to the bathroom once? Is that a clue? Why is it telling me that? Outside of going to the bathroom once. Okay, let me talk to the maid. Let me talk to this maid here. She's got to know something, right? Ask her how he was when you discovered him. I was cleaning the other rooms when all of a sudden I heard a scream from the missus. So this guy with diabetes is sleeping with the maid and his wife, I guess. Well, I guess maybe not his wife anymore, but with the maid. I came running and then I found him. He was laid out there on the desk. He was, I can't even believe it now. It's like I'm seeing a bad dream. Okay, tell me about him. It's definitely my job to bring him coffee. I always bring him the coffee at 3. But I definitely didn't put any sleeping medicine in it. I didn't know it was in there. I didn't notice. Okay, now what about... who is this? The brother? No. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's him. This is the wife. That's the brother. Okay, what about the wife? I don't want to say anything bad about her, but... I've never seen her so worried about money before than today. Okay, ask about the brother. That's his younger brother. I never met him before myself. I've only got the job here recently. And he didn't talk about himself that often. You guys just had sex? What about his friend? That's what he paid you for? Or what? I don't really know the details. He's been coming by recently. A good friend from a long time ago, apparently. Okay. Next. What about the brother? Let's talk to the brother. What about? What happened when they found him? Heard the yell, and then I came running. And there was his wife and the maid. Just think, what a horrible thing. Let's talk about Akira. I hadn't seen him for 3 years, I think. And I come to meet him and then he's dead. It is true, I came to borrow money, but it's my only brother in the world, man. Yeah, I couldn't do something like this. Listen, I know the difference between good and evil, alright? Let's ask about the wife. What do you think of the wife? On the surface they got along well, but on my instincts I think they were cold. She was cold to him. I think it had gone cold. Okay. Let's ask about the maid. I didn't even know she was here. I didn't even know she was here. My brother did good for himself, though. Well, I mean, I guess not. He's dead. But... didn't I mention I didn't ask her name. Didn't talk to her really at all. Okay, and then what about the old man? Yeah, I know him. He was a good friend of my brother's back in college. I don't think he went that far since... I think he was hanging out with him all day since he showed up. When was that? Well, he did go to the toilet once after 3. So you're the second person to mention the toilet thing. I think this guy did it. I think this bald man did it. Let's talk. About what? How did you discover the body, bro? That's the, I was talking in the living room with his wife. Then I heard a yell in the study. The maid. Or no, he was talking with his younger brother. And then he found the wife and the maid in there. Oh man, it's a mess. To think he could be killed. Okay. So, ask about Akira himself. Came here to meet him today. I think that was before noon? I don't know, I didn't think... He didn't seem too well. I went into the living room after that. I didn't think that'd be the last time I ever saw him. Sure, I saw the wife. I saw her about 4. We were talking. She went to get his food. Went back to the kitchen. Okay, and then what about the maid? The maid. Huh? Is that her name? I guess he hired her recently. I don't really know her. I was just talking to Kira. I didn't. Hold on. What was the last one? She's just. Oops. What? What did you say her name was? She just hired her recently. I don't really know her. When I was talking to him. She came and went a bunch, I think. Yeah, what was this one? We were all hanging out together. It had been 3 years since he's seen him. Since I had seen him. Okay, well, who the fuck did it, bro? Think back. About the victim? Well, you're just like clues, kind of, right? Okay. Can I reason who I think did it? Who do I think did it? Do I have enough? Begin reasoning. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Well, let's begin. Yes, boss. Okay. Well, what are the most important parts here? The kitchen, the study, the toilet, the living room. Don't know. What about the toilet? What the fuck's up with the toilet? Yeah, it smells. She's not saying it, right? No! What? God! Why did you say the toilet? And that it smelled. We don't have time for jokes like that, Janguji. Do you understand? This is a serious case. Think about it again, okay? Number 10. Reasoning failure. No stars. Huh? What? Game over? Wait, can I try that again, please? What? Huh? Okay, can I try again? Can I try again with this folklore thing? Can I try again? Let's just skip this somehow. How do we skip? Do I hold this? Hold this down. Let's skip. No, keep hitting this. That works. Okay. Are you kidding me, man? I got a bad ending on this thing. We get lost in the mountains, and we hear somebody yell, right? Yoko gives a hard time about getting lost in the mountains, which we deserve, because we did get lost in the mountains. Yeah, then he has smell something. Okay, Gwa, she carries us, and we pass out, getting dragged along. That's really fucked up. Okay. And then we get to the building, and then we bit our tongue. Yeah, we didn't bite our tongue, luckily. Then we talk to everybody, you say, hi, nice to meet you, and he says what's going on, and then you go, and then you find him dead. And we see the needle, and it says TS there, whatever that means. And then I gotta talk to everyone. I gotta talk to everyone again, crap. I'm gonna save after this part this time. I'm gonna save after I talk to everyone. Just the reasoning part, because like, right, that's where I should be. Okay, look at the crime scene, look at all the things, look at the needle, coffee cup. What are you guys thinking? Do you guys got any insights? What do you think? Yes. TS thing. Go back. Ask about the scene, one person at a time, ask them all the questions. Great. And then did I do the memory one too? I guess that one doesn't matter too much. Get through these real quick. Okay. Discovery. Can't believe it. Still feels like a bad dream. Didn't notice. Oops, apparently they've been fighting recently. She just got hired recently. She doesn't know that much. Okay. The brother was, I guess, in the living room talking with the wife. Okay, and then I guess is the living room important? Just past 3. Let's talk to this weird bald guy. Looks kind of like Krillin a little bit. Okay. And yeah, I didn't think that'd be the last time I ever saw him. Okay, sure. Okay. And then, say right here. And then reason. Yes. Well, let's begin reasoning, Yoko. Okay, first area to focus on. The study? The study or the living room? The living room. Huh? What is it, Yoko? No, nothing. Please continue. Okay. So, what about the living room? Table, chair, like a flower vase. Huh? Chair? Chair. The secret, everything points to this chair. Uh-oh. That's why you focus there first. No! She's gonna stab us with a needle again! Yes. Sure, the living room is the important point. But you need to... There's somewhere else you need to look. Okay, where would you put... Failure, number 3. How many failures am I getting? Okay, sorry. Okay, so living room is right. Living room is right, guys. But it's not the chair. Okay. Well, what the fuck else could it be? The vase? The table. Table. The table's the uh-oh. No! Okay, I fucked up again. Is it the vase? Is it the vase? How is it the vase? It's the flower vase? Yes. How am I supposed to even know this, bro? Okay, living room. Yes, and then she freaks out. Doesn't stab us yet, though. Okay. The flower. There's something hiding inside the vase. That's why. Okay, those are all wrong, I guess. I guess those are all wrong, because they all led to her death. Those are all wrong because she killed us no matter which one. Well, then what are we supposed to pick? Let's think back. Let's do this one. He has diabetes. He stays here, but clearly he's not getting better from his diabetes. He's dead. We know it came from the syringe. We know he took sleeping medicine. We know he was poisoned. We know it's among these 4 people that the murderer is, or we're pretty sure it's one of these 4 people. The maid the maid was in love with him. His younger brother doesn't have a job. He came here looking for money. It's been 3 years since he saw him. Good friend, doesn't actually like visiting, but he's here. Okay. So let's reason again. Reason again. Yes. Well, where should we start? Yes, boss. Where should we focus on? The study? Study. Right. Yeah. You think the same thing, Yoko? Yes. Okay, so that is the right thing. There should be a clue there on the scene of crime. Exactly, boss. Okay, so is it the syringe, the ink, the coffee, the body, the TS writing? Let's save it here, maybe. Save it here. I think the body? The body. What? No! Okay, sorry, Yogo. Sorry, Yogo. Please stop stabbing me with a syringe. The TS writing? It's gotta be. It's strange, right? That's the only thing that's left there. Yeah, the secret's gotta be connected to that. Yeah. What does it mean? Is it initials? TS. Is it the type of... Is it the name of the sleeping medicine? Is it poison? Is it the... Or sorry, hold on. What is it connected to the sleeping medicine, the initials, the poison, or the syringe? Well, the obvious answer would be its initials, right? But is that correct? There's some reason I left that. What, Yogo? No! Okay. So it's not initials. That's a red herring. Okay. What is it? What does TS stand for? It's not initials. What would he be writing as he's dying? The poison? The syringe? TS? The syringe? TS? The syringe? It's all connected to the syringe. TS, the syringe, right? I'm not wrong, am I, Yogo? No! I'm wrong again. The syringe has nothing to do with the TS. Well, then why is it the syringe? Think about it again. Okay. Sorry, Yogo. You can stop killing me for 2 seconds. Okay, Okay, the syringe is not the answer. So what is that? It wasn't syringe, it wasn't initials. Poison? Is he naming the poison? Don't even... Yogo, stop, period. You're gonna kill me again. Come on! Okay. TS, and then what else? The sleeping medicine? We know from the autopsy the cause of death. Exactly. So, he was poisoned after he was knocked out. In other words, he was killed while he was sleeping. So this isn't a dying message he wrote. The criminal probably, the culprit probably wrote the TS. I don't think you're wrong. Okay, the culprit wrote TS? Why? We can eliminate some people now. Exactly. Who can you eliminate from the suspects? Okay, somebody wrote TS, what, to frame someone else? We know he was given sleeping pills, so he passed out first. So it wasn't a dying message in the first place. Okay, and then okay, so TS was written by someone else, but why? To frame someone else? So who does it eliminate? The friend? Can none of them write? Can one of them not write? Can the maid not write? Can the wife not write? Why does it eliminate them from the suspects? The brother? The maid? She brought him the thing. Hold on, let's save. Save here, because I finally made it some progress. Let's try the maid. Is the maid eliminated? That would be her initials. Oh, it's her initials. And if they're fake, then it's definitely not her. Because the culprit wouldn't put his own initials, so the maid's gone. Okay. He wanted us to think it was her. Yeah. Sure, that makes sense. Position. That's the perfect, most doubted person in the first place. Most suspected person. So it's probably not her. Can you really remove her though? There's no way she should stay? I don't think so. Why on earth would... It doesn't make any sense. Why would she frame herself? Sure. Okay. So, it wasn't just one person we can remove. There's another person too? Exactly. Who else can we remove from the suspects? Okay, what is the thing? TS, which is not the syringe. Okay, sorry. So, are there multiple people with the initials that would frame? Because we got it was her. But, try this guy. She's not happy. Oh, Yoko's gonna kill me. Okay. It's not the friend. Not the friend. Okay, is it the brother? Because think about what he said when he first met him. He said he did not know her name. Ah, she said the same thing. They didn't know each other. So how could he frame her if he didn't know her name? Yeah, okay. That'd be possible. Sure, so yes, okay. That makes sense. So, they are initials, but they were trying to frame them. So it must be somebody that knows her name. Sure, this makes sense. You're right, boss. You're right. Okay. That leaves 2. We've narrowed it down to 2. And the answer, I think, is already apparent. Yeah, it is, boss. The culprit is... Misono Yoko. Why is that an option? Why is she freaking out like that in the picture? I'm gonna click it. Hold on. The killer is Misono Yoko. The killer is you, Yoko.
Get big mama machine.
What are you talking about? Oh, sorry, hold on. When we were on the mountain path and I was sitting there confused, you snuck over here and you snuck inside and you killed him. After that, you acted like nothing happened and you came back and you started yelling at me, right? That's what happened, Yoko. Truly a horrifying woman you are. Listen, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but you should turn yourself in, Yoko. Okay, we saw this one coming, right? We saw this one coming. Enough! Stop messing around! Ah! Enough! Jokes! Okay? What a waste your reasoning was. You threw it all away for that. For what? For accusing me? You know it wasn't me. We were outside. Boss? I can't believe you'd even look at me like that, boss. You'd even think that of me. You think I would do it? That's horrible, boss. You failed. I lost hope in you. You disappointed me, boss. Can you hear me, boss? You disappointed me. Oh, he's not moving. You okay? That's fine. Whatever. Boss will be fine. Anyways, let's move on to the next answer, please. Number 8. 2 stars. Is the culprit Yoko? 2 stars. End. Okay, so it's clearly not Yoko. Sorry. Sorry, it's not Yoko. My bad. Go back. Okay. It's the wife, but the guy came back. Doesn't the wife make the most sense that she would frame the guy? I mean, that she would frame the maid? It's impossible that the guy would do it the professor would do it, yeah. And the reason is simple. What is the reason? Because they're friends? Because he's a man? Because he was in the living room. He was in the living room the whole time. Everybody said it. They said he was in the living room, he didn't move. There was no time he could have mixed in the sleeping pill. And it's impossible that he went to the kitchen. So, there's enough evidence, and now we know who did it. It was the wife? What's the evidence that confirms she did it? The order of people going into the crime scene. Because she's a woman! Because she's his wife. Because she went to the kitchen. Hold on. I definitely gotta save here. Because she's a woman. The proof that she did this murder is obvious. It's because she's a woman. Okay. Come on, Yogo. God! What in the hell do you mean by that? Why would it be... How on earth would it be that she's a woman that confirms it, that she's the murderer? Think about it again, Jinguji. Number 24. Failure. 2 stars. Okay. So it's not... I like how I get 2 stars for saying it's a woman. I like how I get 2 stars still for that. Okay, because it's his wife. Because it's a wife! It's clear, it's obvious. No! Okay, alright. No more goofing around, sorry. Okay, it's because she went to the kitchen, no? That's the proof. No? Oh, yeah, it's the order, because she found the body. Okay, sorry. She found the body. She was first. Uh-huh. She knew he was going to be asleep. And she... Uh-huh. We can infer... that happened after 3. And the dying message, to frame the girl, to frame the maid. Sure, it makes total sense. She went in there after 3. Who went in first? After 3. I think she did, no? Hold on. Why is there a question? I thought she did. Which means, of course, she could have plotted it. I don't think you're wrong. Right, okay. We gather everyone together, and we solve the mystery. We know who killed them. The murder is... Yeah, it's obviously the wife. What? Oh, she's shocked. It's you, ma'am! You did it! Sasaki? Or what is her name? Sakie? Sakie, you did it, ma'am. You did it, and this is how it went down. This is how it went down. You headed to the kitchen, right? Pretending to care about him. And you prepared 2 drinks. In it, you mixed in the sleeping medicine, didn't you? And after that, you had them, but you went back bringing the drinks into the living room. And, of course, the coffee was brought to him by the maid, as always. Of course, this time it had the sleeping medicine in it. And he had drunk it, and he had fallen asleep on the desk. From there, you headed into the study, pretending you were checking on him. And when you arrived, found him asleep, you poisoned him. You used a syringe, and you left it on the floor. And that's when you spilled the ink and wrote on the table. And, of course, after that, you let out a scream. To try and frame it on the maid. It was all you. There's no escaping it now. We know the truth. We know your motive. She started saying her motive. She starts saying everything. And it's because she noticed that he had fallen in love with the maid. And apparently said that they were going to break up again. They were going to divorce or something. He didn't want to. So she couldn't stop him. So she killed him. Well, sad case. From love and hate comes murder. Well, and thanks to the police, they dropped us off at our destination. We got here without really any problem. About time. What can you do? Some stuff takes a while. But my nice reasoning skills came through again, sharp as always. Of course, boss. Well, let's keep going, boss. Leave it to me. We'll meet again, guys. Number 1. Case solved. 5 stars. Boss! What is it, Yoga? Well, boss, you cleared the game, so now we have a new route. What? Yeah, I mean, you can just check. Listen, you can apparently check what I did. But didn't I do something? Huh? See you in next trouble. Owari. This is the end. It's Finn. Okay, we beat it. There you go, guys. That's what the goofy ones are like. That's what the goofy ones are like, bro. We've got some more of those still. We'll play them another time, though. I think that's pretty fun, right? It's not too bad. Goofy little thing. Goofy little thing. What are we gonna do today? Hold on. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe I end the stream for a bit, come back. I don't know. 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 I don't have a plan today. I'm planning on diving into new adventure games once we're in the new season with JB Garfield. But I don't really want to get started before the new season, right? And the new season's starting soon. I think we can beat White Witch in this coming week. In fact, I'm going to try to, so we can actually retire from YouTube for real. Now, of course, I'm going to make the videos and yada yada, but the video should do better than the stream does. The stream is what's retiring. So, and I don't know, I put on the table that, you know, I'm leaving in case there was any reason to not leave, but it doesn't seem like it, right? It doesn't seem like there's any. It seems like it's the right choice. Especially with fucking weirdos like that I gotta deal with around here. Like, why bother, right? Like, why be here? Why be on YouTube when it's just like a cesspit of... And I think I'm right on that attention market thing, too. I'd rather not have anything to do with that anymore. Yeah, that's right. It gave me more reason to be like, yeah, man, this is the past. We gotta start building something new, right? We gotta start building things. We gotta, like, not care about the attention economy anymore and build stuff that's like... And I don't know how many people will come with me, right? I don't know. It's fine if you don't. Ever since I started, I posted it in the stream thing too, but like Stan Lee said it, right? Hold on, what did Stan Lee said? What did Stan Lee said? What did Stan Lee say? He said, what did he say here? Where did I put it? In this one? He said, I always wrote for myself. I figured I'm not that different from other people. There's a story I like a lot. There's got to be others with similar tastes, right? So it doesn't matter how many people go with me or not. I'm going to keep making the stream I want to make that I would watch, and I'm going to entertain whoever comes with me. You won't regret it. You won't regret buying keys to Cracky Reads on Simps. I can tell you that much. And it's gonna be an experience unlike anywhere else. Unlike anywhere else. Because if you're paying for a key, I'm gonna earn it. I'm gonna make sure you feel good about that purchase. So guys, even if you get it for free, even if you get the tokens for free, it's still of value. So again, if you want to watch more Cracky Reads live, if you don't want to miss out on the live experience, you should get set up on Sims before it's too late, before I'm gone completely, which is going to be next week. It's going to be next week. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to get out of here for now. I'm just going to ride for the stream. I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to call it. It's my stream. I can do what I want. I'm going to really accept that again. No more am I pulled around by YouTube, Kick, Twitch. I'm independent now, for real. And I'm gonna make something of value. So, look forward to that. It's gonna be pretty exciting, I think. Thank you, no problem, right? Have a good day, whoever's out there. Goodbye. Have a good day. Let me play you out with a song. This is, if you want to hear more of this is Lonely Peter. Just Google that. I mean, YouTube that. Lonely Peter. That's the guy that makes those kind of remixes. And then import. I made a new version of one of these. Import it real quick. And then let's listen to... This is good.
What if laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff? The payoff.
Wait a second. Okay. Later, guys. Have a good day.
Payoff. Get a few more heads to explode. What if you could reverse laziness by simply developing a habit of thinking more about, let's say, the delicious food that you would like to enjoy instead of how long it would take you to get up and go get it? Get after it. But the real question is, if you were to test this at home and try to see if you could think more about the good outcome and less about the work, would you get it done? What if laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff? The payoff. I'm going to say it again. The payoff. Get a few more heads to explode. Why is it that people have a second child? You know, why does a woman who goes through this awful, awful childbirth have a second child? Don't they always say the same thing? If I remembered how bad this was, I wouldn't do it again. Right? So the not thinking about the effort is vital to actually the survival of humanity. If we focused on how hard it was to have a baby, you just wouldn't do it. Or you'd do too little of it. But if you focus on how awesome it would be to have a family, well, there you go. You're going to go through the pain because you've already committed. You're going to go through the pain because you've already committed. What if laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff? The payoff. I'm going to say it again. The payoff. Get a few more heads to explode. Am I ambitious? Or do I simply have a thinking habit which produces dopamine because I'm thinking about the positive outcome? And is the dopamine the thing that gets me up and moving? And when you're observing me, you say, how the hell do you get so much done? And how do I do it? I think it's just this. I think it's just this. When I think of all the things I do, I think about them in terms of their benefits. What if laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff. The payoff. I'm going to say it again. The payoff. Get a few more heads to explode. The payoff. The payoff. So here's your tip. It's going to change some of your lives. Think about the positive, not about the work, and see what that does to you.